Now, the cool thing about hip hop is that you can have these debates and they can be healthy. And either side could be relevant if you debate it well enough.
I just think ukuthi abantu abanganamali like saying ukuthi abantu abanemali are sellouts. That's what it is.
If you bring a 9 mile and then you change the formula and then you started making money, that is selling out. Especially if our why had nothing to do with money.
Maybe
If we do what? If you change for money, we will call you a sellout. Especially if the why we started had nothing to do with money. Especially at the time where we used to bash the money guys. And now you're there doing the money guy things.
Ultimately, everybody's a sellout. Because
not everybody.
Everybody's a sellout. Just hear me out. It means
he'd rather be poor.
And then you go and you get his pan.
Everyone is a
sellout. You're a sellout. Yeah, bon.
You sell out.
Yeah, bon. When you decided to go and upskill yourself, get a degree, you're a sellout. Or you decided to go and apply for that promotion,
one has never
you're a
sold out.
sellout.
Every person on earth is a sellout.
Clap it for him.
Every person.
Maybe his crew never wanted to be in front of a camera. Then you go on camera. Sellout. That was if it's.
There is no individual that you guys can point out that is a sellout.
Because being a sellout is the person who's choosing to promote and progress.
I've never sold out.
My man.
I keep it 100. I keep it 100. I never fucking sell out. Never.
There's no such a
There
thing.
was a gent on TikTok who was looking so gangster with his chick. They're like, say, would you cheat on your woman or rat on your boys?
Or cheat on my woman.
He's like, I cheat on my woman. It's like, yeah, but he's like, I never rat on my fucking boys. Did you see that clip? Yes, sis. Dog shit, boy. The chick is there getting all emo. It's like, hey, you can the whole night. I will never fucking snitch on my niggas. If I have to choose, I'll cheat on you every day. Even on a Sunday. It's on doing at the back.
Damn, no mom fundis.
I'll never rat on my boy. The guy's looking like, have you seen the clip of Lentwana Lim? Where they're like, if someone killed your mom and you were to find them, when you call the cops. And he looks at the person and be like, why?
Yeah,
it's like, because he killed your mom. Like, what are they going to do? He even scratches his head. He doesn't like, why must I call the cops? I just found the guy who killed my mom. Why would I call the cops?
To do what? To
get him arrested and go to court and testify?
That's stupidity.
Okay. It's like, we're not the same.
This is why we hit him. Good. Ngislande fast. Uzoma njalo una mic phela namhlanje.
We're built for this.
I'm a bad human being. Sizo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wanted to say something on camera, but ngiyazibamba because I'm trying to be a better person.
Are you recording?
I didn't do it though. I didn't do it.
Yeah, as Unuga does this thing, and it's a woman that do this thing. This woman thing of, hey, I wanted to say something, but let's leave it.
It's fine. I'm a woman.
I wanted to say something, but I didn't leave it.
Ladies' night free.
I wanted to ask
you guys want to buy me drinks?
But I know you'll say no. You're lying into a jalo again. Where's my kids? No matter what, I'm gonna ask you something. I know you're gonna say no. Don't ask me then.
Yaspana. Yaspana of psychology. I know you'd never give me that thing. Never.
Yeah.
Give me the lip thing.
But
give me that lip thing.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. You see?
I knew it.
Yeah,
you knew it. He's trying to use it as a case study. Live.
Anyway, Sizo, I'm sorry. On behalf of all the hip-hop heads, man, apparently hip-hop is not dead. I thought it was dead.
What was the debate before?
I actually still think it's dead, but I will say this. Hip-hop is currently not commercial, which I think is the one thing we agree on.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Wait, what was the debate before?
Don't worry about the debate.
I'd love to know the debate.
Nah, that's okay.
Hip-hop is dead.
I got thrown on the bus. Because I wasn't giving context.
Hip-hop is dead. Simple. I don't know any context.
Don't you think we just old? We just old niggas and now...
I didn't grow up listening to hip-hop, so I don't know anything, man.
The younger kids are like, yo, you guys are just... You know when we were younger,
but you play no nasty, no ban, no Cassper.
To these kids, hip hop is very much alive. It's just like hip hop is in Bram or any of us in Bram.
Absolutely. No, I don't listen to hip hop, general. So I'm in next.
I listen to hip hop.
Listen, top 5 hip hop artists in the country currently.
In the country,
okay, globally. Let's try you out. Globally.
Remove the word currently.
Remove the word currently. Oh, okay. Okay. Tupac for being. Tupac for being. Come on.
No, wait. I can try myself out. In South Africa.
We're definitely.
I can. So, I really like Cassper. I think
AKA is dope.
I think Nasty C. I like Blackie.
Can I help you?
Let me
help you.
Let
me help you. Cut the cameras.
Shut it down.
Kane Kid.
There's no such thing. That's okay, no Undertaker. That's okay, no Undertaker.
Just
Maklera topo, yeah, man.
What?
Maklera.
Oh, okay, Malum Kulket.
KO. Just throw KO in there, bro.
Okay, Malum Kulket. Karakara.
Tete. You still, I mean,
This guy's old, man.
If I had another chance, angena kweyakho hayi hayi umhlobo wami
Namhlanje ngibhobhile.
akangene kweyakho.
you understand that KO is like
The most consistent
goat.
hip hop artist in South Africa.
What?
our GOAT. Like, he is
The most consistent rapper we've had in South Africa.
No. You guys are talking about two different things. You're talking about consistency, but are you talking about the
I'm
greatest?
not arguing with him. He's saying GOAT. I'm not
so
I'm not
because of
disputing.
South African
Yes,
hip-hop.
so you saying he is the greatest hip hop artist ever in South Africa?
Yeah. And you're probably right.
That's what I'm saying. And I stand by it.
You're
I
probably right.
guarantee it. You know that scene in American Gangster?
Hey.
I stand behind it. I
Blue
guarantee
Magic.
it.
Blue Magic, that's a brand
They know
name.
that even if they don't know. Yeah, bro. KO.
Listen,
You realize that we re-fell in love with hip hop. The biggest era of hip hop was because of Karakara, was because of KO. The biggest song over the last 2 years was said, even if it's not a hip hop song, it's still by a hip hop artist. KO.
listen.
Hayi mina ngiyona insango mina ngibhenge. Ngihlanyele ngeke. Kube ngibhema ama drugs. Lento fana nokuthi uyakhumbula le ngoma le ethi Jazzy number 10 idumoni mase ethi upele walithatha walinika uMarathon mase uMarathon walinika uJomo Sol.
Who do you think is the biggest artist? Oh, who's the
Anginendaba
Not KO.
It's never KO. Singaze sikhuluma ngabantu abafile Ricky Rick no AKA before ngifike ku KO.
But these people are all influenced by KO.
Hayibo.
Yabona now.
Influenced by KO.
Anginendaba ukuthi wena
Wait,
ibhola
who was influenced by KO?
AKA.
Hey, I won't agree with that.
Okay,
You
so
wouldn't.
I'm not debating.
I'd say Kanye.
So
Okay.
Man, I
Sorry.
know nothing about music, so I
mina bethu ngeke mina
can't even comment.
ngeke let's say for example ngempela uMessi waba influenced by Steve Lekole anginendaba uMessi is there.
Show me a bigger era in hip hop. Nah, than the era of Cash Time. Show me a
Bro,
bigger era. I'm talking about
Lalel.
influence in terms of
Lalel.
terms of lingo, in terms of what they wearing,
Lalel.
in terms of what.
I disagree with you, but you can debate with him.
Which era was it for you?
Cassper versus AK.
That was the biggest. Okay.
Yeah.
What's this?
The biggest era we've ever had in hip hop is Cassper versus AK. That's when we
Look
have fill
at
up
the
the dome.
Concordton. Look at the
That's when you have
Concordton.
Afro beats and
Yeah, okay.
so.
Look at the busy lo esitshela. Awu-rap ngani mina ngoba awu-rap wayeka. What happened to that? Kube sikhuluma ngawo kube sengibala nawe la Black Slim number 4.
Last time I was here, I was sitting here.
Number 4. Kube sengiyakufaka manje la.
Jesus Christ.
Yabona bese sengithi okay Blackie Black Slim yabo khona le ntwana lezi zasemnambithi Black Diamond zi hip hop
Oh, Black Diamond.
zi hip hop
Abafana basemnambithi.
they not hip hop
No, it's not.
it's they
They not.
Who's the greatest artist of all time in South Africa?
uzothi lo Karakara yeah wena
Greatest artist.
hayi akazi lo
Yeah,
hayi
hip hop.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
hayi akazi
It's your greatest artist of all time.
Don
Think about it.
Just throw names. You don't have to decide. Just throw names.
Number 1, Tunyana.
Kfas for you.
Kefas Meya.
For you as well?
No.
not mine
Penson winner.
I don't know, but I have to throw Brenda Fassie. I have to throw AKA, to be honest.
I would throw AKA in there.
Yeah.
Brenda without a doubt I'd go Brenda I'd go Hugh I'd go Miriam I'd go Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Can I do a group?
Okay.
I don't know. It's Dev's
Because I'm talking about people that got Grammys, bro. Grammys.
I fuck the Grammys. I don't need American validation.
Usela ngathi ama-metro. Abantu baqoqa ama-metro.
Uzwa ngama-Grammys.
Inani neni criteria. Ukuthi mangithi Brenda. Yabona mangithi Hugh. I'm not talking about Talalas. It's not also like I can debate the names that I've just
When
thrown.
did Brenda win a Grammy?
Doesn't matter. Anyway, the names that I threw were heavyweight names. So you guys really can debate, nje, but it would be a clumsy debate.
It's Java.
What's Java?
Java's the greatest artist of all time for me.
Java.
Yeah.
How did you get there?
Yeah. It's Java's music, man. Yes.
That was Mkani.
Yo.
That's Linda.
Java. Abafazi. Izita.
There's this gospel song he has now, which is bumping. You know the gospel song? The one that he did live?
Yeah.
How does it go?
Just because the guy has released a lot of nice songs that like with us.
I'd probably put this Java in the top 10.
What? I want top 10 thing nganan.
No, with I'm gambling, I don't
But
know.
I go top 3.
But I'd put AKA above his Java for me personally. But I think for mainstream, maybe you'd. I think there's some gospel artists we have, Ntwana, that if we were to apply our minds. Or
Dr. Rebecca.
Sorry? Dr. Tumi for you. I mean, I am Dantanzi. Fuck me, but some people could throw a Rebecca Malope.
Dr. Rebecca Malone.
The guy for me that redefined music from a commercial perspective and sound and whatnot, but putting it everything together is Cassper, man.
Cassper.
Yeah.
You know, please say that again.
Cassper.
Please, I'll tell you, sorry.
Commercialized.
Before you say it again,
Cassper is. Okay.
one of Casper's secret weapons, along with all the others he has, he got influenced by Boys in Bucks. And I think all Cool Cats are probably the most creative musicians we've ever had in this country, regardless of genre. Amachita went so alternative that if you just were to kapuna a little bit from them, when you look at our Zulu girls, when you look at the swag, when you look at the what, even these guys, I think all of that, when these guys came,
I think with Boys in Buck, and if you look at Ikat, they kept the foundation. Khona le ntombazane leculayo ubani ulwa just that maskandi what you know, there's something that she's kept, because I've listened to her and I've heard so many, or the oldest of old people and the youngest of young people, because usawubambile that maskandi core and then wafaka everything else. And I think that's what
the Black Diamond guys also did.
Black Diamond, Boys in Bucks.
I put that on Java. Java joined Ambitious and he set a sound. He became a future. Wala. When you listen to
a lot of the Ambitious records,
yes,
a lot of
MT
records in his first album,
Ntaba said Dubai, Black Diamond, a lot of that was his sound. That's Java.
Records were also
His sound, that's Java. So he became that. For me, I think Future is one of the most underrated hip hop artists in America. Future, fucking lots of baby mamas, bitch. Future. Hey, when you listen to Future's music, at some point, bonke nabo Blackie.
That's the
Obambi baby mama.
Please look.
That's the first thing.
I'm saying baby mama.
I think
What's your
Future.
opinion about Nick Cannon? Don't tell Nick Cannon, though.
like Nick Cannon.
Ngoba baby mama.
mama.
What's your opinion about Elon Musk? Oh baby,
Ja-
oh my
baby
baby,
mama.
oh it's a
You give the minimum 5 children. Favorite. I love it.
Hambe qalaza ama baby mama uthi angakuphi. Hey boss velelo wena yakhuluma ke
Support
baby
your
mama.
argument, bro. Let this.
Recording? Future.
Yes.
I just wouldn't give the names offhand, but outside of T-Pain, because T-Pain was auto-tune. If you listen to how Future makes music, I think he influenced Kanye, Drake, and the whole of the mumble rap movement. But you have to go back and listen to Future.
No, man.
This is my opinion. Not Kanye's music. Where a certain type of style.
Oh.
When Future made it cool, everyone jumped on. Anyway, sorry. So you were saying
Before
it's
Ambitious
Java.
came, what were you listening to before Ambitious?
Who did you mention else? Cassper in your vest. Sorry, I wanted you to
marketing, like making sure that he's
you listening to?
consistent and he can market his music. I
Nah,
think is
nah.
commercializing.
So
It's dope, man.
When did Cassper
Casper's
come
one of the best.
when put him on Kusheshe. Is that when it
That's when he popped.
That was his
That's
breakthrough
when
track, yeah.
Well, no, it was his song. He put Malum
Yeah,
Kulkate on the song. Not the
Malum
other
Cool
one.
Cat features, but yes.
okay. Because I'm trying to think ukuthi like
all the great
hamba
people.
ngevura. Oh, bani bosha. Hamba ngevura.
That's Java.
Hamba ngevura.
Yeah, ambitious. So.
Hethi twane yelo.
Yeah, that's Java.
Hey, ngihamba ngepholo ngaleso sikhathi bafana. Comfort line.
Sorry, because
1.6
you're raising
Penson.
something now. The most commercially successful South African artist, and by commercially successful, we're not talking like Black Coffee that he makes a lot of money abroad. We're talking locally, outside of, let's say, like a fluke like Uzahara.
AKA?
You're saying someone who's been able to make a lot of money
Consistently.
in various, just
Casper.
as a brand.
Ah,
Yeah,
umnyo vest.
Cassper really.
Umnyo vest.
I don't know if it's Cassper. I know Fill Up the Dome is the first thing that you can think of, but I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it.
After him,
Cassper by a mile, bro.
oh, I'm sure.
No. Cassper, I'm sure, AKA. So
Cassper by a mile.
I'm just trying
In
to.
terms of commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now my brain would probably go to like about Joyous and what, because I'm like, I don't think Cassper is the
That's
most.
a different J level.
I don't think he's the most successful South African musician, but I'd need to apply my mind into who else locally has done something phenomenal. Because if Fill Up the Dome is the only thing I'll give Cassper, in my opinion. It's the only thing I'll give him.
the second you go to
Consistence
all
of going to all the stadiums, bro.
Only
the second you go
Whether
to all
you put them
Joyous.
up or not, hey, Baba, hey.
But I'm saying the moment you go to Ochoyas, I think you're opening up a certain a door where now you have to bring in your Kurt Darrens, you have to bring in Ashili Mlotshwa, people that in their lane have destroyed that industry.
I think Casper's cool for us because he did it like an American.
But
I don't know if he's the most commercially successful local artist.
But
man.
hear me
You
out.
can't think of someone else. Think about it.
But hear me out.
Necessary.
But hear me out.
Wait, when you say successful, I mean, couldn't you match that with? I know it's probably gonna sound crazy, but with a Nasty C, Nasty C has done very similar
Locally.
to what locally.
No.
With Iverson Tour,
No.
with Iverson Tour,
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
So
Because I also wouldn't put Tyler. I wouldn't
I'm
put.
saying with Iverson Tour, with the stuff that he's done,
I don't
Nasty
know.
C, he's maybe from a different generation.
No,
Right?
I mean,
because Nasty came after Cassper, right? Nasty got the co-sign from Cassper. Nasty's first single, the remix, he had Cassper on there. He got that co-sign. But in terms of like pool,
It's probably Brenda Fassie, man.
what I'm trying to run away from is
It's
running
probably
away
Brenda
from
Fassie.
someone who's big in your world. That's what I'm trying
Well,
to.
Casper did hip-hop like an American
So
successfully.
sometimes when we speak,
And then he crossed genres.
like I love like Mampinja, but I know Guti, there's people outside of my world that don't.
yeah, for sure.
So sometimes when you speak about these people who are huge in your world, you take one step to the left and you realize, Guti, this person is a nobody in another space.
person's world.
Hence why when you start thinking of your Joyous, your Brenda Fassies,
But I would say AKA, bro.
you think about a person like Mandoza, who's been the biggest crossover, I would assume.
I would say AKA.
No.
Let me tell you why. Because AKA was able to make a hit that could speak to a 40-year-old and a 10-year-old.
What hit is
AKA
that?
could do that. Whether it's a record like Giga featuring Younger, right? And AKA had a formula where he would take a old house sample, right? And then throw it over
Like
a
Kanye.
and throw it over
I-
a more modernized beat that's able to tap into
But I think
different
Casper's
genres.
done that.
I think Casper's done that.
Can I tell you when I knew?
Malume.
Can I tell you when I knew?
Okay.
Mandela Queens.
That's the best Cassper song in the world. When I knew that Cassper beat AKA was when I was.
wait.
Let's hear him out.
Come on,
But
come on
just
now,
let me
guys,
finish my
wait.
point.
It's okay.
Is when I was driving out of Saints and I saw a car
Come on.
with about 5 white boys.
It's okay. Man.
Blasting Doc Shebeleza and they were all screaming Doc Shebeleza.
You know how big that song was?
And I'm driving.
There is no AKA song that's bigger than Doc Shebeleza.
And I'm watching a car full of white
you
boys
don't think- you
screaming
don't think,
Doc Shebeleza. And I'm like,
Composure
okay.
was
There is
bigger?
no song
Composure.
bigger than
Composure.
Doc
Think
Shebeleza
about
from
this.
AKA.
Doc Shebeleza is
Think
huge, bro.
about this now.
there's no
Hold
Shebeleza
on.
is huge, bro.
Hold
Doc
on,
Shebeleza is
bro.
Oh
I'll go with the Composure as a rap record.
I don't know what you guys. I think you guys forget what Dr. Shebeleza did. You guys didn't call him.
Come on. Composure.
What I'm trying to run away from is
We saying Doc Shebeleza over composure.
Huh? Request.
What conversation?
Question good.
Yeah, with Cassper.
Commercial success.
Good.
Hey, Cassper, no.
Another pop smoke for you.
No way.
I think composure had more numbers than Doc Shebeleza. Yo, can you hear
You're talking iconic songs like Ofela and Versace. But in terms of one of the most successful commercial South African artists, Mlotshwa Questa.
Never.
If you tell you.
Never.
No.
You must quantify what you're saying, because you can't say never just because you guys don't know. You must say why.
Yes, thing is that it's either someone is huge in your world or not huge. So now when they're not huge in your world, they don't exist. And when they're huge in your world, they are oats.
Would rather put Zahara in that conversation. Not Questa. Most commercially successful South African artist ever. Not just made the most money.
The biggest record, like
Yes.
Good was the biggest record, isn't it?
Doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
This guy featured. Questa even featured Wale at some stage.
Are we speaking iconic songs?
Guys, let's do this. Guys, I sense and so. Let's define it like this. Ne? Which artist can sell almost any product, any product from any brand in South Africa? If brands are in a...
No, but
my man,
that's unfair. Because now we have to go to Mikasa, Lumchi, J something.
Only the women.
It's J something. Is it J something? For me, Mikasa. Okay. J something can sell across brands.
No, I disagree with
across brands. J something can sell across brands from an advertising point more than anyone else.
I disagree with you. Probably the white bands as well.
Yeah, and the white bands. I disagree with you. Because Cassper, it's very limited.
You use the very...
I think J something is limited, don't you think?
You made a bad example.
Cassper can't sell family uni. He can't sell clicks or Discam.
What? Cell phone.
Cassper can't sell that.
Nobody did say that he sold a lot of units. Didn't they say that
company collapsed
on that podcast?
I want to know who was J something can sell.
I know what you're trying to say, but it's not that.
It's not
If you're asking influencer, no. Some of the people we really rate actually struggle to sell things.
Because his brand speaks to like Hennessy VSOP type of brand. Whereas a guy like Uche something, he could do like cooking shows. He can do like
Cassper did a cooking show.
I think we're the wrong people to ask as well, though. You and I are not.
This is my world.
Yeah.
Which world?
Digital advertising space.
Okay.
Influencing.
He sells. What's the name of his drink?
You're saying he's Biliato. Is that what you're asking?
Do you think he sells well?
He's doing badly.
I would have. I don't know. All I'm saying is I know what you're trying to say. It's like Somizi, but I think he's not good at selling product. I think he appears to be a great influencer, but I don't think he moves units.
I'm not sure. I think he can move units.
Are there South African actual artists that can do that?
Please don't get what I'm saying. Please
know.
don't get what I'm... Cassper can move units. Somizi can move units.
He can, man.
I was disputing across brands.
Okay.
Cassper can...
But no one can do that, though. Or you say there's someone that's better.
J something can do across brands.
Mac G can sell product.
He can't do as bigger units as Somizi or
Why are you so fixated that J something can sell?
Because his appeal is outside of just music. So he's built... You see, like with Cassper doing the gaming stuff, he's going to break into a different industry now. And the moment he appeals to the gamers, now he can sell that space to the gamers.
Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Has Cassper ever influenced anyone to do what he's doing?
I think so.
Music.
Like no, anything.
Music.
I'm bringing the music thing.
I think it is upbringing for sure. I mean, you had these kids with that tail on the...
Were their kids growing up?
Kids with that little red tail.
No, Cass was influencing hard.
Anything else?
The dress, you see here in a cool car, they look jiva wabo. Like
that was the Poison Park swag, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, those are the things when we talk about influence, you might not be the originator, but you might.
But I think it's the Poison Park guys that pushed those dances.
I'm saying Cool Cat pushed it more. I'm saying okay. Stop from what I first saw was okay, and then Ukulkati, because he had a bigger platform at the time, did it more. So
Ukulkati or Cassper?
Cassper. So again, you might start something, but if I got a bigger platform, it might come across like I am the originator of it.
So ponytails, dance moves.
Dress code.
He
dress
influenced
code?
all the other people to try do the stadiums. After him, all the
Have other people tried to do stuff?
Yeah, they tried.
Java has his own
AKA
one-man
tried
show.
as
It became
well.
a one-man
Java
show. Iverson
Dude, he
toured,
influenced
Nasty
every
C.
single artist to
Yeah,
start
he
looking
did,
at
bro.
10,000 audience and above.
Yeah, he did.
He's the one guy.
He really did that shit.
Okay, with the
Because it
full up.
was all dead. Yeah.
No problem.
So that one is the biggest
I think
influence.
those guys are very powerful.
He made people believe in that you can actually do. Because before Cassper, people are scared of doing maybe 8,000. They're like, it's not possible. Because our Brenda were the last people, you know. Cassper was like, no, we can do this thing. So I think everyone got influenced. The orchestra guy, AKA, was influenced by
Fill up the Dome and Daywalker and Trevor Noah were very iconic in that. In saying we can do our own thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
The problem with having these
Outside
type
of?
Yes.
yes, gospel does it.
Outside of gospel, yes.
Yeah. Fact.
That's
a fact.
No, I'm trying to
that's
think.
true.
There's no other genres that can do that.
That can
It's
fill
just
up.
gospel.
Yeah, currently it's gospel.
I haven't heard Maskandi filling up huge
No,
numbers.
and in Muscat it's normally festivals. It's the same with like the Afrikaans stuff, with like whatever it's normally festivals. And
Not
they have,
festivals, you're like, in a weekend. What do you mean?
like like a concert where
bash,
it's a bash.
where there's a
like,
lineup.
Yeah.
But Philip was that, right?
Yeah, he had Black Coffee. The first filler, he had Black Coffee and KO.
Only. Didn't he have other artists there?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think he
don't know.
did.
I think he had a lineup.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm saying in the sense with everybody's got like a 30-minute slot type of thing. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Everyone has even time.
It's not good to have someone who opens for you.
Yeah, he was the
And then
headliner.
you go for an hour and then someone like plays while people leave. I think Cassper would fill up the Dome. He was the main.
Our
was the
Vista
headliner.
made people believe, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing he did at Global
Yo.
Citizens, for me,
That is the biggest.
people can say what they want if it, but I think he was the biggest act of the night.
Yeah.
By the time when Beyonce came, it was like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're done. He shut it down and he didn't have a dance crew. It was just him.
One man.
But doing a slim. I was like,
That was Global Citizen, eh?
yeah. I was like, no, I
The problem when you have these type of conversations, when Uvumo one, it seems like mele ucindezele another artist to like prove a point. It's like when you say AKA or Cassper, it's almost like choose. When you choose Cassper, you're not allowed to fuck with AKA, and that's always the narrative, like Messi or Ronaldo. And then people are, and you're like the mood. There's days where I feel like listening to AKA. There's days I feel like listening to Cassper. There's things that I like about AKA. There's things I like about Cassper. So it becomes one of those things where you're like, how can I show love and support without sounding like a hater?
Sure.
Kara.
Yes. AK is my favorite. AK is my favorite hip hop artist ever in this country.
legend.
AK is my favorite hip hop artist in this country. His musicality. There's people that want to throw like a pro kid,
Yeah.
but for me, AK is my favorite.
I mean, hip hop,
Okay.
I really don't listen to hip hop.
So I go pro kid first.
Angazi ubani ophethe uhlelo la ekhaya.
You say
Uhlelo, uthola uhlelo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my stuff is serious.
Let's go.
I'll let it go.
Go for it.
No. Hey,
for it.
Hey. Like that.
Go for it.
I say, Baba, I had something, but it's light. But let's sit it down.
How much time do we have?
We have time.
We have time.
That's what they said the last time too. It's a nigga, you got focus on the conversation. Don't worry about the hard drives.
Telling you time. Yeah.
Don't worry about the hard drives. It's going on.
Don't worry, nigga.
Look at the checklist. AKA, man.
Where we trading to?
Sorry?
Where we trading? You want to go to the one by Thingy, Chrysler?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, then I'll send
I
you.
want to discuss the national dialogue,
Any?
and I wanted
Sales
us.
700 million.
I wanted us to have our own national dialogue within an hour
Oh, that's it.
and go through the main points that frustrate us about this country.
Yeah.
And if you guys have got solutions for them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So ask
Yeah,
people to
very
see
serious.
that.
Took a turn.
Yeah.
Let's hit. Let's hit.
Paduma,
took a turn.
Gating Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always gonna throw something in the pot, yeah?
Okay, Penson, ask your thing. Ask your question so you're clear, so you understand now.
It's not a question. I just wanted to hear. So there's a national dialogue, of course, in South Africa. And one of the things I've been saying on platforms is we've been having national dialogues on podcasts.
Sure.
So officially, if there was ever going to be an opportunity for us to chat as Amachita, it's what are the major factors or points that you think are a problem in this country and what is your solution to it?
And
who should be
taking a
implementing?
step back and explain
You know,
exactly what the government is trying to do for Abashali that don't know what you're talking about.
I personally don't care what the government is trying to do. But
I'm
what they
saying for Abashali.
what they claim they're trying to do is they're trying to get all South Africans to talk about the problems in this country, the solutions, and how to move forward. Thabo Mbeki had suggested this maybe 2-3 years ago. Myself, on platforms, including Naboteza, we've been speaking about this for a while, having a Codesa 2.0 to say we need to redefine where this country is going. So Ramaphosa, for political scoring points, came up with this concept of a national dialogue. They put the budget at 700 million. There are people that are assuming that, or not assuming, there are rumors that this money might actually end up in ANC pockets. So people must look at the service providers to the national dialogue, who they are and where that money is going to end
So
up.
back to 700 million, what's that for?
Logistics.
it's everything.
So manje meetings, khona
There's going to be continuous
started
meetings
already, okay?
around the country with
started
various
already.
stakeholders.
You know, I wrote something here. The last time you asked me that we must sit on Ikonva, like my interview. You asked to what are the problems of the country and all of that. I wrote something down while we were when you were telling me what we want to speak about. So I think when you speak about, I mean, I don't like blaming. Yeah, look, we have to blame the government because certain people who can't figure out how to survive, you default in blaming someone. Because I think majority of people need someone to parent them. And unfortunately, that's a lot of black people. They need parenting. Oh, I'm gonna get cancelled. You know this.
You're already there, bro.
Anyway, so one of the things I wrote, the issues that we're facing in South Africa. We are a violent people. Where it comes from, we can unpack it. And how it needs to be solved, I'm just throwing it out there. Some of the issues, then we figure out the solutions. We're just violent. And where does that come from? I mean, was it yesterday? Some kid stepped some other kid, threw them in the toilet. I don't know which province it was in. We're just violent. Some guy, Van Dijk, he killed a lady and posted it on TikTok.
I just heard about that.
We're just violent. You know, it's either a parent to a kid. We're just violent people. The other issue we're facing in this country is alcohol. We've got an alcohol problem in this country. And it's very serious. But you guys laughing. I'm so confused. No, serious, gents. We've got a serious alcohol issue in this country. And the ripple
I
effect
agree with
of
that.
after the consumption is so many things. You know, the other thing is,
Sorry, can I just say there? I think there was like this last year, there was a stat that came out between the 26th of December
Oh, it comes out every year.
and the 1st of Jan.
yeah.
The consumption of alcohol had reached like over 500 million, something crazy
It
like
was in
that.
3 months, man. There was some ridiculous thing. I
They,
think it was
they release it every year.
October, November, December. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, sure.
which is like South Africans consume more alcohol. What is it? We're top 5 in the world. Well, we're number one in Africa.
Can I ask,
We're number
don't
one
you
in
think-
Africa.
Festive season, Penson. No, be specific.
Can I ask this, because I know you have more topics. Don't you think the alcohol ties into the first thing that you said about violence? Don't those things coincide?
I'm trying to figure it. Possible.
Because I feel like most, maybe not the gents that we are around that are in this table, right? But most men, when they get drunk, they get violent.
Let me read this quickly. Let me read this quickly. So this is not great research, but just first thing I saw on Google. During the festive season in South Africa, there's a significant increase in alcohol consumption, with South Africans spending 7.7 billion rand on alcohol in December 2023 alone. This surge is associated with higher risks of road accidents, violence, and alcohol-related illnesses impacting public health and safety.
Done.
Done.
That was in December 2023 alone.
December,
7.7 billion.
7 billion,
And
bro.
we are all waiting for December, boss.
The other thing-
Siqala October, December, boss.
The other thing that I wrote here,
How?
we have an issue of social media. And it may seem very it's nothing.
I once you're done, sorry,
Yeah,
Mamula, I want to just jump in because I think it's just one problem.
okay, sure. The other issue we have in this country is sexual discipline. We've got a serious problem of ufuna ukuhlaba nje. Whether uthos Komora,
No, masuqedile. I want to say something.
Sorry.
No, bengiphakamisela wena.
Oh, nginezandla zami ngikwazi ukuyiphakamisela.
Angithi zibhizi zesikomora.
Ngaphandle kwetafula.
So kumele ngikusize.
Komora ngenzela zoyithuka. Ethi vondra bela. Komora ngenzela zoyithuka
the
ngipowerful.
other issue we have
Please,
is,
you please do the sex one again. I just want to finish the points on alcohol.
yes, sir.
Miningreview.com. This is from 2024, I believe,
Okay, last year.
if I'm not mistaken. Because, yeah, this is from 8 months ago.
Yeah.
South Africa is the 5th highest alcohol consumer globally.
Hold it.
The article stated that 8 billion rand was spent on alcoholic beverages on Christmas Day, with the number increasing to 17 billion rand on the 31st of December to 1 January. The average household spend for South Africans on alcohol in the festive season alone, average household, 5,600
What December?
during the festive season. So you can decide what the festive season is for you.
Sakita.
Sorry, I'm done. I just wanted to finish on that alcohol thing.
But billion or 5,500 per household, something like that.
Number five globally
7 billion
as consumers, 8 billion rand on Christmas alone, 17 billion on the 31st and the 1st. That's New Year's, of course.
Yeah.
And then the average household during the festive season, 5,600 rand.
Yeah.
As ngempela when you break it down, you realize ukuthi abantu abanayo imali, because I'm trying to think ukuthi
No, people
during
have
that
money.
time. No, but just hear me out. During that time in the middle class and the upper middle class spaces that you go into, let's just take the 31st.
For sure.
Guys can just literally buy 2 bottles at a 5K. Yeah. So guys will be dropping like that upper middle class during festive, probably like 40K, bro. Yeah.
But
50K easy.
Why are you saying people don't have money?
No, I'm just trying to think ukuthi like
the percentage.
the 5.6.
It's not a lot to you.
No, it's nothing. It's
No, but we have to put it into context, right? So
5,000.
5.6 over festive. Let's call it December. Let's call it December.
This is
So
December.
to put it into context, right? There are those people that make a lot. There's a huge chunk of South Africa that doesn't drink.
yeah.
Whether because of religion, they Muslim, Basonte ZCC. So there's a huge chunk in that average that doesn't drink.
Yeah.
There's a huge chunk of children.
Yes.
A big chunk of our population is kids. And then understand that the bulk of South Africans live on grants and those things.
Yes.
I think I stand to be corrected, but I think the average household in South Africa lives on 1,250. So the question becomes, where's the rest of that money coming from?
4,000 rand.
Just for chwalas, not for
chwalas.
traveling,
Yes.
not for church, not for sweets,
That's a shit
not
ton
for
of money,
7 colors. Just for that, it's ridiculous.
When I look at the middle class or the upper middle class spend, it's crazy. I was out with clients yesterday, so it wasn't my budget. But I was looking at the flowing of the cocktails and the double brandies and the whiskeys.
sure.
And it wasn't like drink, finished it. But we were there for like afternoon, evening. If it like it's by 3, if you get bill 4,000. And it didn't seem like a lot. And it's not like people were drinking the most fanciest, was your club drift and whatnot. And you're like, $4. Yo. So
On
now
a random Thursday.
on a random Thursday
4,000.
4,000 rand
Between 3 people.
between 3 people.
Says the weekend, Yonke.
And so when you break it down, because think about it, you going out on a Saturday, you're going to watch the rugby, you have brandy specials. A double brandy is $75. You might have 4 or 5 of that. Plus you might, have a shot here and there, 2 Jaegers and a tequila. That's an easy 800 rand. Where in a sale for you one.
Thank the Lord, I don't drink.
When you come on your household, I'm going to tell you in the future.
I need to say average.
But I don't need Kenyan got a sequel up.
I mean, I know future, living in the future.
When I know Elon Musk got a sequel now. So
Yeah,
you
isn't
think
Bombo's we try.
on a Friday you might be spending 800 and Saturday, so you're like, shit, weekend I'm spending, let's say 1.5. Give one.
By 10. Yeah, but slice.
Okay, but
That's a lot
have
of
you seen
money,
my
though.
wife?
For me, that's a lot of money.
So the other thing,
Alcohol. I mean, I know my alcohol budget is extremely high.
what's
is
your
it?
alcohol budget? How much is it?
you got a
Plus
budget.
Hey, well, how much is your alcohol budget?
I don't have an alcohol budget.
Oh, then it's good for you then.
I'm not
budget.
I'm not mad at you.
You sound very,
you guys
very
brothers.
Kararish. Your tone is very aggressive.
You guys are brothers.
Hey, let's go ubuze old like mina
How much you spend? On average, it's not even like
How much do I buy for home or how much when I go out?
for home.
Home will probably drop about 5K a month.
Month.
A month, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you literally. He sounds so disappointed.
No, it's a lot of money.
It is.
Debs are sexual
Exactly.
sexual discipline.
I would take my ice tropez, but ice tropez, what? 550.
Ice tropez. I know
Why?
it becomes a habit. It's just ice tropez.
Logo. So logo.
Hey, how much do you spend?
I promise.
Need my lights and jam. The 5 blocks. Yeah, my
No,
lights.
no.
Let's break it down.
Maybe,
So
maybe 600
every
or monthly.
Yeah.
every Friday we're gonna buy a bottle, just to record. A bottle, a pack, appetizer, and thing. How much is that?
Looking for.
A bottle of
Let's say Clip Drift or a whiskey. Let's just
That's
say
like
300 bucks.
Yeah.
And then like a 6-pack. Let's say another 100 bucks.
150.
Okay, so now we're already on 450. And then you dash tizer plus soda water. So let's
500.
I don't know.
So-
I don't think you're supposed to add the appetizer. I don't think you add dash to the alcohol spend.
no, it's part of.
I don't think when they count alcohol spend,
Okay.
they add appetizer.
Okay, got you. So let's just say Gucci then it becomes 450.
For sure.
Ne? And that's just to chill here and record. That's to chill here
But
and
at home,
record.
it's yes, that's hectic.
But you see what I'm just saying? That's
it's a
to
lot.
chill
It
here and
requires
record.
an intervention.
Now, listen. Now we leave here. We're going to go watch rugby. Going to watch rugby. We're going to have a couple of brandies. Ne? That's going to be another 200 bucks.
Who's we? You talk about yourself. No man, ni collection.
You are there, and yet when you watch the rugby,
Who they? Nangu phela. No bet we're gonna have a couple of.
Mina, one of the
Who they?
things. Mina, one of the things.
Who they? Musukuloku mqhweba nami ngiyaqhweba.
Angihweba.
Mawuthi we're gonna have. Ukhuluma yourself. Who they?
Never gone bomb.
Your imaginary mates.
Yeah,
inside yourself.
abangithanda. Bakhona abantu
so
abangithanda.
already you see the alcohol thing. Yeah,
You know what I've noticed, this guy?
Yeah.
When he's about to talk shit there,
Yeah.
and he knows it, he looks down straight. Doesn't look at anybody. He just focuses down. Every time he's gonna talk dance, if someone's gonna ask him something,
Sure.
he's gonna talk
He's like-
dance. Yeah. No, he's like, you guys are not gonna tell me anything.
Just going back to budget.
Yeah.
One thing I've realized is that people are really, really bad with managing or like you'll ask someone how much you spend on petrol. And people just say an amount. They'll just say 1,000 rand.
Yeah.
But they actually have no idea how much they actually spend. People you say, how much is your entertainment budget a month? They'll just say 2,000 rand.
Yeah.
But they actually have
It's a lot more.
it's way more. Way more. I've seen this especially with females because it's normally the boyfriends or the husbands that pay.
Yeah.
So they don't have. Would you how much is going out to the movies? I don't know, like 200 rand. Then you break it down. You know, then you break it down. We went hiking, and I said, "This is the month for petrol to go there and back. This is the end up being $1,000, bro. To go hiking become $1,000.
let's go. Then will you guys will add sexual discipline. I spoke about it now.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
Please say it slowly because to me, sexual discipline might be worse than alcohol. So please say it again.
You think sexual discipline might be worse than alcohol in this country?
It might be
It's worse than
worse
alcohol.
of a problem than neutral.
Well, I wasn't rating them as well. Though.
No, it doesn't matter.
it's
I don't want you to go past it because we just gave alcohol some time.
It's worse.
I'd like you to just
okay.
repeat, even if we don't spend
Okay.
time on it. I just
Okay.
want you to repeat.
Sure, we
worse.
spoke about alcohol sharp. So
And I'll
sexual
explain why
discipline.
it's worse.
Let's hit on that because that thing is serious. Eh?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I
No,
think
correct. Oh, cool.
that even the sexual discipline ties back to this thing, bro.
No.
It ties to alcohol.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It can.
The violence
No,
ties to alcohol.
no. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it can. I'm saying, Wuti, when I think of sexual behavior and the repercussions, when the darkness in this country where all women are getting killed and things like that.
Okay.
Ukufeba kwabantu. Abantu bafeba besober, bro. on a Tuesday afternoon. And then khona abantu that make clumsy smashing in a toilet at a club decision. So those ones might be the alcohol related one. But for your wife who's sleeping with Banbani's husband on a Tuesday afternoon during her lunch break, that is sober thoughts. They plan their fuck ups, you know, and then it's
But not
those
about
cases.
sober when people are horny, but sure.
Oh, yes. those are the stories that we hear, Guti. There was a murder, suicide of families, you know. Those are the ones that are the dark ones, Guti. Because the muntu bulalwe, I mean, so give me, it's alcohol is a huge problem in this country, and it can be a catalyst for certain things. But when it comes to the sexual, deviance and behavior,
Paternity issues have to do with lack of sexual discipline. Sorry, in your opinion, what comes first, alcohol or sex? Not in ranking, sorry, let me clarify.
Yeah.
When people do bad things, drunk, assaulting women, sleeping with people they shouldn't be sleeping with, my question to you is, which comes first? Does sex say, I'm horny, or I want to fuck some girls, so I want to get booze and istoko? Or does uchwala come first, where I suppose in buffet, now you're like, hey, mangatoli chill. So I'm asking, what comes first in your opinion, sex or alcohol?
Bro, I think alcohol.
People are just chilling, drinking.
I think
then they
alcohol,
get horny.
yeah. I think alcohol is at the foundation of this thing. I see you. I'm not disputing.
I see you
the
speak
fact-
today, killing
I'm
them,
not-
son.
I'm
Let
not.
the guy who weapon. Now want to guest here because of your attitude, man. Just keep quiet with your hand. Take.
Jesus.
that's a crazy.
I'm not disputing the sexual discipline side, and the lack thereof. I'm saying that not most, because I don't know the data, but it's safe to say that once people do get drunk, whether it's in the club, then the sexual discipline or the lack of sexual discipline kicks in.
Let me refine my question. I don't think you heard me. Do you think people go out to club and drink because they want sex? Or do you think people just drink and then want to go and have sex? That's what I'm asking, chicken and egg. What do you think comes first? The reason I'm asking this is to avoid women being violated, to avoid niggas sleeping with people and catching diseases. Should we be saying control your sexual urges, number one? Or should we be saying, guys, don't drink because this is where the problems start? Which one comes first?
I do think that people go out to want to have sex.
Done.
So sex is first.
Yeah,
Yep.
the alcohol allows it to be normalized.
Done.
You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Exactly.
The most important thing is booty.
People want to shambok.
Sex is the cornerstone of society, of community, of the reason why men wake up and go work.
Well, the reason why we have children.
Is-
the
is-
reason
is
why we're
booty.
all here, Connie timer somewhere, like,
That's Kita.
Kwaba manzi somewhere, and then next thing we're
Jesus.
Muslim.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Why slim the example?
Like that. You know what I mean?
So the reason why men graft so hard, whether bayobamba ama-fidelity batshontsha imali noma bayahamba yohlala basende ama-kind regards,
Yeah,
at the end it all goes down to making sure that when you increase your social what currency so you can go up this hierarchy so that you can get access to best and more ass. Phela into esifuna nje empilweni, because masingahlala kuma society la kuthola nje amajita kuphela and you're not attracted to mans but snuff
What inspires gay niggas to be rich?
mans but
Sex
yeah.
with men.
With men.
Why do you say it like that, man? Damn.
Sex is the driver
Man,
that
but-
builds everything. There's nothing. You look at men who have been rejected by women or men who can't get. The moment they realize, if I just upgrade if I buy this bottle for these hands at the club, I get access to PAM. If I drive this car, I've got access to PAM. If I become an MD at this company, I've got access to PAM.
Things bum.
I took a video clip. I don't even know where I'd find this thing, but Will Smith was saying, at the age of 15, I got rejected by this chick, and I promised myself I'll be the most successful person on earth. And you're like, you?
Have you seen that clip of Andrew Tate getting rejected in his younger years? And then he looks sad like this, and then they fast forward to him driving Bugattis and shit. And just realize, Uguti, in one form or another, we all have that Alex Hitchens story where you hit your low and there's some sort of woman somewhere. She might not have cheated, she might not, but konuk undermine one in terms of your masculinity that was done by the opposite sex, where you go, oh, when I'm born, man. Alright, cool.
Look at all the nerds, man. The nerds that are making
Sebephethe
money.
umhlaba manje.
Nerds.
Jeff Bezos.
The social network. Of which Mark Zuckerberg, we are speaking leso story.
But good luck with your game. What's it?
Good luck with your TV game.
You.
And then he goes out and he says to Eduardo Severin, we need to expand.
Done.
We need to expand.
The second
This bitch doesn't know who the fuck we is, homie. We need to expand.
It goes back to
Marao.
the sexual discipline.
Marao, boss.
Goes back to Babs.
So you had a list.
Alcohol, yeah. Alcohol is... So we're saying sexual discipline is a...
Is at the
I mean, I just think
important.
sex is at the corner. Like it's number one.
Number 4 or 5. 2 things. We've got an issue of social media in this country. People are not able to curate their social media and they live according to what they see. I've realized that, there's so many people in this office. They live off social media. And you can see the pattern of what they search and how they live. Whether it's the perfume, it's the...
You're saying as a country, we should have part of the dialogue.
Yeah.
That the social media that we have is influencing people in a bad way.
In a bad way. We have to. We can't have women who are... here's the mom speaking. We can't be in a country where women are okay with just women being naked on stage. And it's like, this is normal. They've got choice. They can decide what they want. But what is the effect of it? What is the ripple effect of it? He did the exact same thing of what that guy did. How many months ago?
Sposiso Lawrence.
Yeah, he did the exact same thing. Upodu shy video, nyai poster. And that thing, people were sharing it constantly. So I'm saying there's so many other factors outside of you seeing body and all those other things.
Yeah.
There's so many other things that are serious issue in South Africa. In South Africa, people will be there taking a video for likes. And I'm like, how? Where's the thing of helping? When you find likes and people to speak about what you did, you're searching something there.
Can I read this quickly?
Yes, sir.
IOL.
Yeah.
Gaugelo Nonu. Boyfriend admits killing in social media post. Let me just see if I can read this quickly. A young woman identified as Gaugelo Nonu was allegedly stabbed to death by her boyfriend outside a tavern on Thursday morning in Hammanskraal, Gauteng.
Yeah.
Following the incident, the man admitted to the killing in a social media post.
Yeah.
Reports indicate that the suspect attacked Nonu repeatedly with a knife before fleeing the scene. He later shared a lengthy account online attempting to justify the horrific murder.
Yeah,
I think this is, in his words, they may judge me, but you and I know the truth. You ruined us. As I posted everything on the app, it will prove that RIP, I promise you till death do us part. After I fought for your life, will forever love you. Mlotshwa. He posted on Facebook.
You ruined us.
Tell you now this.
So I wanted to see.
Wait, just he claims.
I wanted
just
to
go
see
down.
if I could get the
He
guy's
claims,
name.
Just read, yeah. He did.
He claims he did everything possible to make the relationship work, but alleges that the victim's mother pressured her into taking out protection orders against him, even though he insists he was no longer in contact with her or causing any trouble. Yeah, he said on a video he posted on TikTok. Cannabis on TikTok now.
Oh, what a hangpala.
So I wanted to see if I could get the guy's name, man, because yes, the victim is important, but we must also get the guy.
Yeah.
Or they're not saying.
So social media is serious.
Mila, I said before you finish that list, which
Yes,
is, I boil it down just to one problem. But finish
You think then
What kind of-
the last one I'm
one
done.
problem.
The last one we've got I think I was telling Penson is all. We've got an issue of lifestyle inflation. We've got a serious issue where umuntu uhola 10 stina but ufuna ukuphila i-lifestyle 20,000 30,000 wena ukumashonisa constantly about the body Louis Vuitton to impress people on social media, to impress your neighbors, or a car that you can't even afford. Ufuna ukubhawa utshwala that you can't even afford just just to impress people. So I think we've got a lifestyle inflation as well issue as a people. So I'm done with my list.
Sure.
You can add.
I stand to be corrected, but I think the guy's name might be Umfana Ngwenya.
Oh,
Mfana Ngwenya, full confession, may she rest in peace. This is kaya959.co.za, but they have the lady's name as Gaugelo Marota in Maubane village, and the guy is 26 years old. The lady was 20 years old.
What?
Yeah.
I think I know your answer. It starts with an M. The answer.
Mental illness.
No. Okay, let's go.
What did you say? What's
Those are all the things you're tabling for our mini national dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, you see, the politicians and all, man, but if we can solve these things, Tina, because to everything that is here, you've got someone who knows the alcoholic. You've got someone who knows the lifestyle inflation person, you know. So it's like the moral fiber of society has gone to the dogs. Because we know the criminal. We've got an issue of crime as well in the country. We know the drug cartels. We know these people, but we choose not to do anything. And I guess, is it a morality thing? Is it a survival thing? We can just unpack it. Sure.
I just think it boils down to one thing. I think whether you want to call it mental health, but I think we're broken mentally. And I think all these things that we're doing, a lot of it is to numb. So whether you are spending hours and hours on social media, no matter how plastic it is, you're just trying to numb reality, running away. Alcohol, sex, as you're saying, we're so sex crazed, you know, like the more people you sleep with, you're just trying to numb a brokenness. You know, if you want to overinflate your expenditures because you're trying to numb a level of financial shame and embarrassment, your game just boils down to what is it that you're trying to numb or trying to suppress? But in as Pugile, we come from a generation of parents who are broken, you know, who come from a generation of parents who are defeated, you know, who come from, you know, all of that. So
the brokenness comes from defeat.
I think so.
Okay.
I really think, Uguti, when people got defeated, when people got conquered
By
Abelung, when people were forced to have their families ripped apart, you know, and you no longer became the king of your kingdom, you know, and you had to, for the first time, say yes, boss, to someone, and you watched your wife go and wash my under of another man, you know, and
It sounds like you're adding identity as a problem. We have an identity problem. Of course, you're adding something like land, but you also seem to be adding that our brokenness was because our way of living was taken from us.
I'm saying everything was taken from us. Our way of living, our identity, our
so we
culture.
may need to fix that.
So I don't know if we can ever go back, because I think certain things, once it's broken, you can't replace it. But I think that broken, defeated, we are losers. If we look at what happened, we lost. You know, if you lost, you're a loser. And we still have a loser mindset. So now having a broken mindset, you have to overcompensate in so many ways. You think about the loser nerds that we were joking about. If they had an inferiority complex as losers, they're going to try and overcompensate.
Mark Zuckerberg will say, he does mixed martial arts and he's fit as fuck.
So you're doing that to try and overcompensate.
Jeff Bezos as well.
An insecurity, you know, like, oh snap, I was this, now I'm trying to overcompensate and become something else. Or I didn't have bitches, now I need to have 50 bitches. Or I didn't have a car, now I need to have 20 cars. And I think Uti is constantly be that. And if you can't do it for real, you might as well fake it on social media, because they none the wiser. They'll end up believing. So I think there's a core fundamental that we need to fix, which is a broken mind. I think our politicians are broken mentally. That's why our politicians can be given 10 million for AIDS relief. They can be here, ARV, but because and it's broken, France is with baddies because he's broken.
You know, yeah.
And
to add to what you're saying, you know, there's a time where I'm like, I'm not going to blame politicians. The day I realized that politicians come from these homes you're speaking about. They're not unique. They didn't go
Why would you not blame them?
Because they come from broken people. They come from a broken family.
But they choose to lead, though.
They don't know what is to lead. They didn't go to a school that says to be a politician, you must go to school for 6 or 7 years, and that's what it means.
So does that mean we must give them a free pass?
No, we shouldn't. I'm just saying I can understand some of the decisions. I'm not condoning them. I can understand them
You understand the train of thought of
they come from us. They come from that grandmother who let a child be a slave queen, and she still child that money from that child, even though she doesn't need the money. They come from those families. They come from broken.
They come from brokenness, so they are broken.
So their behaviors of a broken person.
The same way when you know Makins, they also know Makins.
Exactly.
The same way they know prostitutes, you know prostitutes.
Yeah.
So Tana Nabe Summit. No, President Banban. Oh, Nala is summit. Then you realize, oh shit, he's also a jet like you're a jet.
Exactly.
Then you're like, fuck.
So they don't have some sort of a moral high ground or high discipline. They're just ordinary human beings who come from broken families. And they just they're in a position where they've got access to a lot of money. But their behavior is the exact same behavior that any person would have in those broken families.
But doesn't that title come with a certain level of morality that you need to have?
But
the
it must-
title itself, whether it's being a politician, in the same way there's a level of morality when it comes to being a priest, to being a police.
Yeah, but our priests are also fucked up, bro. They're still sleeping with Tomantumas and it's quiet. So when you're broken, you justify umpeto. You know, we've all done really stupid things, but you find a way to explain what, the thing about this girl, the reason why she's different is, or the reason why I spent money and I flew her, would justify like absolute ass. And I think because it's broken people being governed by other broken people, being led by broken people, umfundisi ukuthi in their congregation is kids that don't have school shoes, that don't have this. Umfundisi is wearing crocodile skin shoes that cost 8,000 rand. Meanwhile, there's kids that are bafike like sonto melambili. It doesn't faze him. He's driving a 2 million rand car and abantu bahlala in shacks. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, dude.
His brain, because of he also grew up in the same poverty mindset with us. For him, he's popping, so he's good. He sees himself like a CEO of the church, So he doesn't. It's whatever.
Slim, you want to add anything onto the agenda?
You got down identity, like an identity crisis. As a country, I think we have an identity crisis.
Do you think we need a national identity? Or do you think people need to find their identities in things like culture or religion?
I think find your identity in culture.
We shouldn't have one South African national identity and squash the others. Like when the Springboks play, like this is us. You don't think that's what we need as a country?
Maybe it is. But from the religions that I know that seem to be doing really well, right? If you look at like the Jews, for example.
Doing well financially,
so to say, right? They, before the parents took the kids into the world, they took them to a Jewish school. So it's like kind of like, first understand your own, the person who looks like it. It doesn't matter what the world says about them. You must understand this person. You must get this person. And by the time they go out to the world, they have a certain level of value for other Jewish people, right? I think with us, it's very difficult for us as a culture to value.
So before you're South African,
you're always looking at the wrong thing.
Before you're South African, before you play for the Springbok, you're a Jewish boy.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. I'm a closer. Don't do that as a closer, Jet.
I think we do, but I think by the time we do it, it's too late.
Okay.
And by the time we do it, the amount of time needed to do that, for example, is close in. When you go for it, it's too late by then. When you're going,
you've been contaminated.
Yeah, number one. Number two, the duration at which you're doing that. Originally, you'd be going away for 6 months. You'd be going away for 3, whatever the case may be. Right now, modernized version is you're going away for 3 weeks. You can't change someone because that 3 weeks comes from I gotta go back to work.
I gotta go back to school.
I gotta go back so it still goes back to the identity thing. So I think one.
Do you think that's a big one for you? So we're speaking about broken people, and you're saying if we could look at some of these communities and say, sort out the identity at a young age. This is how we do things. We don't drink in this house. We keep our virginity.
For sure.
We don't look up to naked girls. If you sort that out aggressively in the formative years, you reckon that would solve a lot?
I believe so. And you don't make it a negotiable. It is what it is.
All right.
And then for me, the second one, I think it ties into what T was saying regarding social media, but more I would say consumption, right? I think the things we consume in this country, it shows.
Online or like food?
On all of it. Online, food, the stuff that like if if you
The
look
music
at
we listen
yeah,
to.
if you look at even like
Everything we put into our ears, our
in and out,
our
bro.
ears, our eyes, our mouth,
everything we
our
consume
skin.
is just not like. Penson makes a very funny joke about it, right? Regarding like we losers, right? And to an extent, it's very, very true, right? From the stuff that we consume, where if you look at and these guys have a flaws of their own, where it's Upper Africa, right? They eating their own things. They are, and you can see how these guys are built already. Tina, we eat
The West Africans.
yeah, Tina, we eat whatever, dog. Like we literally consuming
Thina
whatever.
senza amagwinya
And
namakhosi.
we don't care.
Then we go around looking like amagwinya
Yeah, and we don't
namakhosi.
care. So I would say identity and consumption.
We look like amagwinya namakota.
Antwana, there's one province where all those people, they look like amagwinya namakota. They're just hipopompo.
There's one province.
Yeah,
Which province is
Which
that?
province is it?
no, they don't need to say.
There's one province where people look like amagwinya
Yeah,
namakota.
it's like they believe in obesity. He told that in that province.
Which province is this?
Provinces.
I think that's where you guys come from. I think he's insinuating.
Is that what you're insinuating, bruv? Is that what you're trying to...
Do you watch Ushaka Ilembe?
Just saying.
Have you seen what Zulu guys look like?
Just saying. That thing was attractive during Shaka time. Mara, now you guys are just obese. You're like, I'm an elephantitis now.
The closest thing to West Africa here in South Africa is Zulu man. So angiyazi lento eshoyo.
The big one when you talk about diet, I think more than social media is music.
Yeah, even yeah.
I really think music, whether it's twerk, wet ass pussy, whether it's fuck them hoes,
Yeah.
feed them fuck, what's it? Not even worth the shower, just grab me a stick of deal. Like those type of things, or fuck them, feed them fast food.
Yeah.
Those things shape a narrative where you listen to it. It's almost like hypnosis.
Yeah.
And you're hearing it all the time, and your conscious mind might still have a certain belief, but your subconscious that is listening to it, you know, when you're driving and there's like if you look at how a person drives, their behavior, depending on the song that he's listening to and how much that song is affecting, he might drive faster, he might drive slower, he might take more risks, and you realize with music, you know, even if you look at biblical with the angel, what's the angel? Gabriel. Was it Lucifer? Sorry, you know, with Lucifer and how he was the most beautiful sound and how he used his voice to control and it's like shit, that makes so much sense from a deeper subconscious level. The music we listen to is so toxic. Because I can tell you, Guti, Jim, there's guys that if they're not listening to music. Abagwaz. His PBs are only broken with certain songs or certain energy, certain, you know, that speaks to him at a certain level. And you're like, oh shit, okay. And be able to squat. And you like realize, shit, okay, it's so powerful. Having intimate time with your partner. You know, if you are having sex and it got a kid sweat or bride McKnight, I can just assume the level of stroke and the speed.
Speed.
But mangathi nje ngene
High show
DMX,
speed.
I can assume how
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, phela ife. Ithi ibuyele ithi.
Ibuyele.
Let me take this chance to read this.
Yeah.
I was asking Google if Muslims believe that music is haram because there are people that argue to that effect. It says no, Muslims do not believe that music is haram. Forbidden. Views vary significantly, with some considering it permissible and others prohibiting it, especially if it leads to sin, distraction from religious duties, or involves immoral content. While some scholars accept it for its positive effect like enjoyment, provided it doesn't encourage prohibited actions. Arguments against music often cite Quranic verses about idle talks and hadith, sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, while proponents point to other hadith and scholarly opinions that support music's permissibility under certain conditions. Some Muslims believe music is a distraction from prayer, fasting, and other religious obligations, leading to a neglect of spiritual development. Music that contains vulgar or inappropriate content is considered haram because it can encourage sinful activities such as drinking, illicit sex, or excessive materialism. Critics argue that music promotes worldly desires, leading to a neglect of spiritual focus.
Think about within our community. Excuse me. Certain alcohol brands, whether it's Cristal. I think the black community heard Cristal via hip hop. You think of Hennessy. Hennessy came via the music world. The dress, Dior. You know, whether it's Versace.
Carry on with the music and make it South African. We've got prominent celebrities that promote alcohol as well.
You know, all day. And it's not just Guti. I need to we fall in love with their music, and then we fall in love with them, and then we try and then the social media element comes in of trying to mirror their lives. You know?
I want to mention the name. Sorry.
So it might not. So it might not be necessarily
Also the story of the music.
But I'm saying it might not necessarily be your music is talking about alcohol. Let's just as an example.
Yeah.
But I will love your music, then I will love you, then I'll try and follow you on social media, and then that lifestyle that you're selling, I will then buy into it.
Yep.
So it's a full circle. As yep. You know, so as much as you might be and I love the gospel and I love you, but I look at you and you're the size of a fucking sumo wrestler, you know?
No man. So we had AKA promoting
Must apologize, man.
I'm sorry.
Cruise vodka. We spoke about Cassper and Biliato.
Rick.
We've got Abo
Russian
Mekchi.
Bear.
Abo Mekchi with
has,
Grandeur.
Black Rose.
Ricky Rick promoting Russian Bear.
Paul
Tusi has a gin called Black Rose.
Black Rose. We had Ubonang. I just
Boiti
don't know if it was
had
alcohol.
something also.
BNG.
It is alcohol.
Boiti had a champagne. Bonang had a champagne.
BNG.
It is BNG.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, some of our influences as well are promoted. So we'll say music, but sometimes it's even other platforms and other people.
Even that song that is huge. What is it?
The biggest song, the biggest
not
song,
the normal one. Something like that.
the biggest hip hop song,
The
Ngutu, is
Ngutu.
alcohol.
It's about Uchwale. What song are you talking?
that piano song, man. Caesar knows it.
What's the song?
Thank you, VSOP, not the normal
I don't
one.
know the song.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a piano song.
I don't do haram
And
things.
I remember the story when that song came out.
Ingutu.
Penson.
Please carry on. Please carry on reading.
Penson, stop that, man. So
Please
I
carry on
remember
reading.
the thing you're speaking about now. That song, thank you, VSOP, not the normal
Mama
one.
is sumo wrestler.
No,
And I'm
man.
not sorry.
Okay. Let me say something because Penson is actually triggering me. You finish your point? I've got the deepest love and respect and admiration for Mama Uhlengiwe Mhlaba.
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal gospel singer, and I'd like to believe she's a devout Christian woman. And maybe I'll add TD Jakes here as well because he likes referencing chicken wings. We must not make it cool to be overweight. It's not cool. We just had... There's a very famous pop star in America, black lady, who's lost a lot of weight. What's her name?
Jennifer Hudson.
No, not Jennifer Hudson. She does pop. It doesn't matter. I'll try and get her name. No, she's relatively new. Missy Elliott. I think Lizzo. I think Missy Elliott had to lose weight. Monique had to lose weight. We mustn't make it cool to be overweight, regardless of what's going on. And yeah, we can crack jokes about Umamhlengiwe Mhlaba, but out of love for her, whoever's close to her, and it's not just her, it's Auntie Beto and our uncles, please just try and help people to not pass away prematurely. Because number one, I don't know if this is part of the national dialogue, the number one killer in South Africa is not murder, it's lifestyle diseases, which are preventable. It's what you're eating, it's what you're drinking,
That's what I said,
your
man.
diabetes, your what. These are things you can stop. Smoking. So I'm just saying, elephantitis it's just like Coco or Auntie. Just go easy here. We'd like you to be alive for long.
Sorry, my point with Umamhlengiwe was because we were speaking about hip hop, whatever. I like the music and I like the person, and then I'll start following them on social media. And then whatever their lifestyle is will justify and make me want to align. How they dress, what they do.
they embody,
So again, as much as she's an amazing artist and we fall in love with her as the old lady, but then you're looking at her, clearly she's good in airport. Are you going to be copying those type of Got to come on elephantitis. Give me it's so it's aligned. You hit it on the head when you said Guti, the things we consume.
Yeah.
The food, the music, the social media, what we consume is so toxic. We consume the most toxic diet, bro. People literally watch, they celebrate shows of Ukfeba. People sit and watch shows of Imfebo all day.
Yeah, Chola 99, Joseph Gary. That's the type of content that has to do with
people love immoral shit, bro. We can't
Jerry
watch
Springer Palace, the Ochi.
like we don't have shows that just build society.
No, we do. No, we do.
Before you answer, I
The
just
shows are going from trash.
Wait, I just wanted to say-
we try to clean up the trash
You
things.
are not consuming that content.
Tebza's going to speak. Before you speak,
wait.
Tebza, I just want to say, just in case as a smaller nyan, if Umamutlengi has got some type of illness, again, Siyakolisa, just for raising a name.
Okay,
But
cool.
I just wanted to speak on this part of, if you've got people in your life that are overweight, would love, try and find ways to get them to try and lose weight. Because it's unnecessary. But if she does have some illness, Siyakolisa, for even using her as an example.
Yeah. This one, I think we don't need to go far, and we can add because you haven't given your opinion about the dialogue.
No, I wanted you to explain to Penson as a guy in the industry. Why you're saying not all content is rubbish.
You guys refuse to watch SABC One. You refuse. That's just a fact. Because someone who makes that statement, I can tell you now, I don't watch SABC One. I can tell you now, you don't watch SABC One. As a matter of fact,
SABC Education.
Yeah, you don't watch it.
I don't watch
Because
TV.
the mandate of the national broadcaster is education.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah. I don't need to go further.
So
No. Obviously, at home, I watch the TV, Bible TV.
Yes.
But me, I make sure ukuthi izinto mangibona nje ukuthi into left or inokubhora.
Yeah.
Ngiyabatshela ukuthi shintshani njani ngifake inilwane.
Yeah, I want to help both of you. So Penson made the mistake of saying there is no, and you're saying there is. I think what he was trying to say is
I wasn't trying to
we
be
gravitate towards.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be definitive. No. Babe khona nozolo bezami. No. Yes. Lo dumile.
Yeah. The ones that are marketed the most.
Lo dumile, lokubolile.
And what people just like watching. You're right.
Yeah.
There's something about gossip and trash content that it feeds your emotions and it elicits a higher emotional reaction.
It's not that. It's rats are attracted to dirty places. Rats are attracted to dirty places. You clean your home, the rats will leave. The roaches will leave.
Okay.
If you have a dirty home, it will attract those type of spaces.
Okay.
If you're a church-going, God-fearing, high moral man, you'll repel hoes, bro. When women say, "Oh my God, men are trash," I'm like, sis, you digging in the dustbin. What are you gonna find there? Trash. So again, when people say, "What's it?" I just go because we're broken. We're going to gravitate to broken shit. We're broken. We're gonna gravitate to amakota and amagwinya. We're gonna gravitate to broken women because I can tell you now, if you're a broken gent, you're gonna gravitate to broken women. Because a woman that has her life sorted, yes, sis, you'll sneeze, you'll have an allergic reaction.
I raised this when you guys were here with the Ike to say, "Jovan complain about this mame. Who are you trolling?"
No, but
And then Ike were like, "Hey, what happened abanye bahle?" And how face what man? And you're like,
No, I was
That's
honest.
the problem.
I said, Guti, I literally said I'm that weak man that you guys were talking about. Because I know, Guti, if you date on the level of your confidence and when you're a dog. So I know full well. And I know Guti when you have depression and you're low and you what. I know Guti, okay. Mem's role is to try and clog certain insecurities, and the only reason why she's willing to clog those insecurities is because now on your side you're clogging her brokenness. It's almost like two broken hearts trying to come together to become one whole type of crap.
What's your list, by the way? What's your list?
"You're done with yours?"
Yeah.
My list is one thing.
It's
It's a broken mindset.
broken mindset.
And Giminj, it's almost like it's almost like we can't change it, bro. We live in the most immoral time. We live in a time where, like, you go on social media and a chick will be cheating and people will praise that. Yeah, very the one guy sent on the group, that chick that was on Altito's podcast,
Yeah.
who was saying she's only with her man now because she's got a child, but she would not have dated him if she didn't have a child. Like, how do you go on a podcast, bro? How can you go on a podcast
On the platform.
Thank you.
on a platform and then
big.
say the only reason why I'm dating this gent is because I've got a child from another gent? I would never have dated this guy if I didn't have a child. That's what she said, yeah.
That's hectic, right?
So, bro, and so you because we know this.
Those are traumatized.
Look, we know what certain ladies view themselves as a certain thing, and then when they fall off, we know this. It's an unspoken thing, right?
For sure.
But again, for you to have the balls to go and say it live, things that we all know, Val. We all know what the only reason why you got to that chick is because she broke her arm. Now she's got one hand, type of shit.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you're like, Sissy literally said, I'm only with two Black Steve. If I still had both my hands, I wouldn't be dating this guy.
So you guys didn't table illegal foreigners. You didn't table the borders. You didn't table education or the schooling system. You touched on crime. You didn't speak about tenders. I don't even know if that's a consideration. I don't know if we spoke about alcohol and sex, but we didn't speak about drugs, hardcore drugs as well. I wanted to ask, before I share some of my thoughts, the things that you guys have raised, who is meant to resolve them?
Us. This thing of outsourcing is
This is
one of the
us
things that I
problem.
wanted
When
us
I'm
to
looking
say.
at this list, it's a us problem.
But who's us? The question is,
You start with your
anyways, I
family.
want you to be specific about lending
Okay.
Ishila about this must be, because we're speaking national dialogue, not your family's dialogue, not your community's dialogue. We're speaking as a country.
No, everything starts with the family. I don't. There's no need to speak about country without family.
I think everything starts with
There
self.
is no need.
Self, family, community. Like there is no top down, because we don't have, in my humble opinion, we don't have that person.
You agree?
If we did,
It starts with family.
I'm saying
starts
it
with
starts
Guys are saying Jay, it's a
starts with
family, it's a
self.
personal thing.
I'm saying it starts with self. If we had, I'd say,
That's the guy.
Umkhwanazi.
Yeah.
Mawusibi akuthiwa uDoji.
Okay, mkhwanas. Mina, I look at our immoral leaders. I'm like, how are you meant to be the North Star, an example of society, when you are just fucking an immoral cunt? And I'm like, how? You you sleep with everyone, you do this, and now you're trying to say, what are the kids coming up meant to say, bro? There's a reason why it's not fucked up, because there's years with this bully. No, relax. We have immoral leaders. Immoral.
Aye, that thing is messed up.
Immoral. How can we use that person as the person who skydive? My immoral. Aye.
Yeah. I'm really thinking about what you putting there in terms of I hear what the guys are saying in terms of starts with self. I'm conflicted because I feel like even if it doesn't matter how disciplined I am and how disciplined I make my family, if we don't get rid of the rats, my discipline means nothing.
Who are the rats?
The people who are currently in power. I think that's where it starts. I think really making an example of them. I think when I look at it from a national, these people who are in power are looking at us like, you guys are going to talk and march and then go on a podcast and yada, yada, yada. But you guys, at the end of the day, you're not going to do anything.
Because the only language
You know what I mean?
government
Not gonna do-
understands.
and it's violence. I think I hate to put it like that because it's one of the issues that are there, but it's violence towards each other that is the problem. I think violence towards these guys is what they need. I know it's not the most moral.
It's the only way.
But they're not listening to anything else.
Dude, the only language that government understands is violence. There's no
You know what
other
I mean?
language they
Like,
understand.
It's like, I can't think of any time in history where radical change happened without violence and chaos before you get the the calmness, the chaos has to happen, the violence has to happen to get rid again of saying the rats. That's what I would.
I wanted to ask Utebs and Penson, if you guys are saying it's us and it's the family, number one, then what is the point of a national dialogue? Number two, what is the point of having politicians at all? And number three was going to be, what of the individuals and the families that don't have what it takes to fix themselves? Should it be like, oh, well, if you can't fix yourself, tough.
Yeah, you bring in the next door neighbor who's figured out the solution.
Yeah, but they won't do it. I need to, they already broke. They were smart enough, they'd outsource. I'm just asking, since you guys have identified, you're self-aware, like you've realized these are the issues, so you're going on a journey. You're fixing your family. I'm asking, because we're trying to fix the country, the rest of us,
What's the
is
point
there
of
a point of a national dialogue?
Yeah.
What do you guys expect politicians to do? Do they have a role to play at all? And number three, what of the families and the individuals that don't have the self-awareness and don't know what to do?
I can go. So what's the point of national dialogue is for government to charge 700 million? You know, so that's the reason why they called it. Secondly, what's my thought of politicians? The same.
No, the first one is, to you, why are we having a national dialogue? Not why are they?
Oh, I think
I'm saying now, this little piece is going to get plugged there.
No, but I'm not pro national dialogue.
Oh, so you don't care about it. You're saying squash this thing.
Yes, I'm saying squash this thing.
Okay.
Because I think you hit it on the head when you said there's so many platforms that are having this dialogue for free every day in different ways. Whether it's people sending tweets, whether it's people on TikTok, people are having this dialogue every single day. If they want to know what the citizens are saying, then go into spaces and actually just start reading. Citizens are complaining about the same thing: your load shedding, your crime, your GBV. It's the same thing. Like, what's new that they haven't heard that is going to be said now that's going to 700 million? What's this new thing that they don't know is a problem in this country? What's this? Give me, so it's a nonsensical. So I'm anti this national dialogue. Secondly, what's the point of politicians? There's no point. You know, but again,
no point.
In this country, there's 0 point. Because again, they're not doing anything.
No, forget the individuals. The role of politicians.
The role of politicians are being parents of the citizens. You know, so in an ideal space, they know to tough love, they will be facilitating. They are our management to make sure that things run. That's the role.
So that's what they should be doing.
That's what they should be doing. The parents, you know. And
so
then,
because they're flopping now, what would you like to do with them? Since we're trying to find solutions.
No, so you had said something about a certain community, like the Jewish community, where they say block out the noise. They take their kids, they put them in yeshiva, they put them in King David's, and they're saying, this is who you are, let's figure out our identity.
Sure.
You know, yabon so type of thing.
Sure.
You know, so again, it's me trying to work on me first and foremost, because I know I'm the problem as a Penson. If I can just get a little bit better, work on my kids, work on my family, extended family, assist where I can. The ones that are willing to go on this journey, come with. The ones that don't, hide, you are out. And again, when I'm saying extended family, I'm talking about friends, like-minded individuals. That will be my extended family.
Okay.
And then try and build with them. The same way that Jewish people will do business with you, as long as we're like-minded and we're going in the same direction.
Okay.
You know, and then in that case, we build. But for me to rely on government, we spoke about load shedding. I've got a generator that tells you full well I've got no faith in the electricity and the grid. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So again, it's big fuck yous all day. I mean, I have no faith. I destroyed my whole ballot in the last election.
And I have faith in the grid, but not the people running ESCOM. Pele, you need the grid for your generator to power your policy. Sorry, just technical.
Yes, 100%. Sure. So again, the whole point was for me to say, fuck the
system,
the people in the political system.
Okay.
And the problem is, I think, like most places, I think the real powers that be found the most broken individual that they can control, put them in those spaces, and then those people then get to manage us.
Did you answer number 3?
What was number 3?
What should happen to people that aren't self-aware?
Oh no, I care
aren't
nothing
good
about
individual-
them. No, singathi singathatha sendenze brick tops, bafake umshini, chop them up and feed them to the pit.
Jesus.
Because they become the rats.
But you can fix them though.
No, I'm saying, if people, I literally say I'm going to try and help extended family as best as I can. If there are people that are like this guy who killed this little girl,
You know, important.
that guy would be best to get fed to warthogs, You know, that would be his giving back to society, becoming manure. You know, so that beautiful things can grow off him. So there's certain things, or maybe there's someone who has
Well said.
no, but someone has like a problem with like a lung or a kidney. He's giving back. How he can get forgiveness back from society is if we take his body,
start a piece.
that's how it give back. So give me these people that we can help and there's people that we can't help. And those that we can't help, we can't because they're going to be dead weight.
Nah, man, I think they must just go work at a factory or a farm, man.
We can do what they do in the salt mines.
Do you agree with everything Penson said, the 3 point?
No. So yeah, the last one, no, man. We need those people, man. They must just go work at my factory, on farms, man. They must just go work.
Isn't
Isn't that what the elite then did with creating just laborers out of Africans, Mexicans? They came and they sat around the table. They tried to fix themselves, and their conclusion was just turn these guys into workers.
Yeah.
And we became that.
Let them pick that cotton and bale that hay.
I get you guys are speaking about people that you feel they have no value now.
No, I'm not. I didn't say no value. I was speaking about people that aren't self-aware. So we're speaking national dialogue. We're trying to come up with solutions. You guys are saying fix the family.
Laws, man. Go to the
there
farm.
Are good people out there that don't know that I'm going to start with the family. I'm going to start with myself.
Sure.
That's why they asked Umfundisi. That's why they asked President. That's why they asked
those good people
for guidance.
You work with them as best as you can. I said there'll always be people that you can work with. Always be people that you can work with. Regardless. Tall, short, fat, skinny, doesn't matter. And then there's people that are beyond repairs. And I don't want us to just assume.
Oh, beyond repair, you won't cool man and Lentwana
is beyond repairs.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind about people who are ignorant and like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, fangiyeka ukudla. Acha no polo nixen. Yeah, but
that's true.
The people that don't know, this is bad for them. And once they get educated and you get shown the way, then they want to do better. There's so many people who are just stuck in life. They want to do better. They really have that desire. They just don't know how. The first step, how do I just climb out of this hole that I'm in? And then once when I feel ngithoshwa from counseling, you know, they'll go. They'll figure out it's all this next thing RDP. So now he's self-sufficient. So there's so many people that are just stuck. And our government loves people that are stuck because they want to keep them stuck and just use them as a vote. You know, and then do the GNUs, and then they say, we've spoken to so many, That's why next year's GNU needs to now go from 700 million to 1 billion. Meanwhile, zero change.
True.
Nothing practical. Every fucking elections, we hear politicians spinning the same lies. And then every year, people come through and say, yeah, I know Cope let me down last elections, but this year, I know PA is definitely going to be the one. Then they let you down. Hey, PA let me down. But you know what, this year, if I go and I vote Banbani Bosa, now you buy slim and ginger, tennis from one. You get to we still yo so moon. Because it has to get to a point where you're like, you know what, actually, all is the same. I was saying this to a friend of mine when you were saying which I should vote ANC. And I was like, Zuma himself said fuck ANC. Now I must vote for a party.
What do you mean?
Zuma left the ANC.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Zuma doesn't
and he
vote
never
ANC.
said fuck the ANC.
Okay. So Zuma doesn't vote ANC.
We don't know that.
Zuma's not selling ANC.
Currently, but
so
he's trying to rescue the ANC. He said he'll be ANC until he dies.
Good. So, but if I said Zuma publicly, should I vote for your party? Should I vote for the ANC? Publicly, what would he say?
I don't know.
Okay. Now we're babake. So I'm saying, votela EFF for Undlozi no Floyd. They don't want the EFF. The people that started the EFF don't want the EFF. Now I must vote for it. Abantu abangaphakathi that know izinto zangaphakathi abayifuni. Mina ngifune. I'm not a clown.
So
like
in
that.
conclusion, brokenness.
Are we broken? Mentally we broken. We losers.
Men lost.
I've got another question.
We lost.
Another question.
The issue of facing is men.
Are there any organizational structures or leadership structures that you guys do believe in? If not politics, should we be looking into monarchs? Should we be looking into business leadership? Should we be looking into NPOs? You referenced the Jews. So if we think Jews are winning or Muslims are winning, should we not be leaning there? Are there any organizational structures that you think are progressive? So we say, no, I don't vote anymore. Why not? Or because I'm Muslim. I now follow the Quran. I no longer vote. Why? Why not? Oh, because I follow Jeff Bezos. Whatever Jeff Bezos does and how he moves and what he says we should be doing, I follow that. Or I follow Gift of the Givers. Whatever Gift of the Givers is doing, I give my money there, I volunteer.
And Gift of the Givers, yes, partner.
I believe they are fixing the country. So I don't vote anymore. I'm here. I don't vote anymore. I follow this king. This king, sorry, I forgot to also add the church. I'm now Shembe, I'm now ZCC because the women there are pure, they're virgins. We're living in nature. We are not polluted. Social media, ivalelwa ngaphandle, asiphuzi la da. So mina ngisavoti sengikhonza la.
I don't know.
So are there any organizational groups that you're saying or would say, if not the political system, then maybe this?
Man, it's a good question. I think there's bits and pieces from different things that I'd like to take out. I think the Muslim community, the way they, just from an economics perspective, the way they lean on each other so well to keep the money within their circle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There was this thing that I read that spoke about how between different cultures, how long money stays in between a certain circle, right? And I think Muslim people, like it goes between 8 different people before it then gets out. Whereas Tinas Gabano Amnyama, within, you get paid, you go to Pick and Pay.
Your first transaction is gone.
Your first. So I think from the way that they kind of, again, similar to the Jews, where they look out for each other, right? I think we can definitely borrow from there.
Why borrow? Why not convert? Here's a system that works.
Because that system looks good outside looking in. I don't know it entirely. Do you know what I mean? I can do from the outside and say, yo, this works. But then I can speak to a Muslim person. They say, bro, I would do anything not to be a part of this thing.
There's no such thing, though.
Maybe there's no such thing. Maybe there's no one you know. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there's no one you know.
My thing is, if it works, why not try it? What's holding you back from joining AfriForum, converting to Judaism, becoming Ushembe, converting and becoming Umzulu because you think Zulu is going the right way and at least AmaZulu have got almost 3 million hectares of land. We want land, AmaZulu have land. And they've got a popular king. I want to be known as the people of Usha. So why not convert? What's holding you back? When you can see, here's best practice. We just found a new app, TikTok. I'm signing up. Apparently, if you want to do business here, you must learn Mandarin. Bro, I've just signed up for Mandarin classes. Apparently, there's money here. This is the new haircut. I'm now doing a fade. Yeah. Apparently, in this gym, apparently, if you eat this food, dog, your gains. So we buy into things. Why not do that for yourself?
Bro, because I feel like with
you don't see the value of it.
I think with the way of there's a lot of unlearning I'd first have to do before I can't just
the toxic things you're complaining about. You must unlearn them.
Yeah, I can't just be like, okay, this is what I like. Then this is the direction that I'm going.
You don't want to undergo the unlearning.
Yeah,
I think it's I don't think it's an overnight thing. That's what I'm saying.
It's not meant to be, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
No. It's making a decision to say, I will move to America, become an American citizen. I want to be part of, the American dream. You don't just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to live in America. It's a process, of course. You need to raise money. You need to know where you're going. But the bottom line is you've made a decision that this looks like best practice. I mean, when you make the decision to become a billionaire, no one thinks it's going to happen tomorrow. But you commit to, I'll read the books. So is there no organizational structure anywhere where you're like China? The Russians, you're like, I love China, so I'm going to learn everything about the way so that when people speak about the success of China, I'm a part of it. Even though I live in South Africa, I always go to Crown Mines.
Yeah.
I go to the Chinese guys, I speak to them in Mandarin. Ni hao, I'm learning this.
For sure.
I'm learning Chinese maths.
Yeah.
I'm traveling to China. I actually do the import, export. I'm like, these are my people.
Yeah.
I know I'm black, but bro, I'm Chinese. And when they say Xi Jinping, I'm like, that's my leader. I get up and I'm like, the same way people are trying to adopt Traore now. Would say, but look at Traore, but he's not yours.
Dude, we're exposed to too much sin that there's no one spot that will have everything we want, man.
That's the problem. 'Cause
Like, they were exposed to nonsense from an
I
early
watch
age.
people convert to certain things, political parties. They will hold on to one positive about something. And then they want to convert their whole lives. Just because Zuma's good at singing. You know?
Yeah.
Now you convert your whole life to MK or ANC because he's just good at singing. Just say I like this guy when it comes to singing. You know nothing about his mandates, his policies, his nothing. I like Jewish guys because of how they handle money.
That's
You
it.
know. But what about no, they don't drink or they don't eat pork. I love bacon. Therefore, I'm not converting because I
That
love
speaks to
bacon.
what you were saying. You're still holding on to toxic traits.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if bacon is a toxic trait. I'm just saying what's in.
We don't know.
So that's the thing. Like I look at people trying, like they throw the baby out with the bathwater, and I'm saying, Guti, give me. It's like, what can we learn from different spaces? I think that's where you started it. Guti, what can we learn? And you have to curate it because there's so many things that doesn't speak to us at all. Bona, this is generational for them. So all I can do is that I can just learn and take the best bits of that in order for me to just try and become a better person. You know, I mean, when we look at talking about a system, I'm like, what worked, what seemed to have worked is matriarch within the Black community. You know, homes that were led by Ukoko. They seemed like they had a lot of moral fiber.
They worked.
You know, so they seem like they groomed a generation of people that, even though it might not have been like hard workers in the contemporary capitalist view, but it's people that knew how to get up early and make their bed. You know, it's people that knew ukuthi awubhemi phambi kwagogo, awubhemi phambi kwabantu abadala, and Jody, there was a level of respect. So you're like, okay, let me take those positives.
I'm definitely taking that from the Black community.
So I'm like, if anything, if the Black people have to buy into one thing, can we buy into that?
What are you taking?
What he spoke about Magog.
You believe all Gogo in the Black community are the best leaders?
Let me get my personal life. Yes.
Yeah.
My grandmother is the best
so maybe
leader
one
in
of the
family.
solutions is to let old women lead.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
In my context,
No,
Kwame,
100%. 1,000%.
I'm speaking personally. But the first business that I saw was from my grandmother. The moral fiber of the whole family is based on Umagogo. The family gatherings based on Umagogo. Promiscuity.
Who fought it?
No, I didn't. I think
Who
it's
fought
between
it?
the two of you.
What?
I didn't fight.
How did it get to me?
Who fought it? I didn't fight. Of course.
okay.
I'll be playing game.
It's clear. It's
Nisuzile.
it's stupid. So
So this could be something that.
Just been. Okay.
Izosmela manje. Okay.
Phela manje
No, right.
lephunga lakho lesilancipha kancane.
So, the funny thing, Nilizela.
I haven't smelled anything. There's only one person who smelled this thing.
I
Only
also
one.
didn't smell anything.
But ngiyashipha silently bese ngiyathula. So mina ngishilo ngathi, hey guys, khona people.
You but anyway, sure.
I was saying, so one of the potential solutions that I haven't heard this anywhere ever.
Is it?
I haven't heard it anywhere. That there's a chance that maybe our leadership model as the Black community in particular is broken because we're looking at the wrong people being relatively young men, where maybe we should be looking at old women. And to say, let them be the guiding force. Koko, we don't know what to do. We don't know where to move to. I don't know what to study. My woman is giving me problems. I will go to Ukoko to consult.
The reason why I'm holding on to Koko as the matriarch and is because the morality, the moral fiber of things that how the home was run, and it wasn't run in a sense of her trying to improve her standing.
All of us.
Yeah, but so Ukoko didn't do things so that she would get the biggest piece of chicken.
Yeah.
You know, it was all about servant leadership. So, and again, she'd always do what was fair.
Yeah.
So she knew ukuthi nina ngabafana, you guys are better prepared ukugibela phezu kwe-roof niyopenda. You guys are better prepared ukusebenza ingadi. Nina ngamantombazane, nina ngidinga ukuthi nifunde the softer skills. You know, everything that she was doing was literally to grow here.
Yeah.
So mantombazane ngagqoka kanje, and she'd say ngagqoka kanje. And she wasn't promoting, unlike Mamncane, they were promoting you guys to have a lot of girlfriends. Ukoko was not promoting for Nina Gutinyo. She'd promote Gutin Fundiske. You know, so you look at the morality of it. So I'm trying to think, what is the most moral system that I know? That has to be the most moral system, bro.
Yeah, Umagogo, bro.
Because the society, give me society, it's just a moral fabric that's just
But
falling
isn't
apart.
the moral system the easiest to manipulate?
What did you say?
Isn't the moral system the easiest to manipulate?
I think you'd manipulate anything, man.
Yeah, like I think as at the end of the day, you can justify whatever. Because I know a lot of people will say, which we can go into the church, but given when I look at the stereotypical black church, it's still the pastor who's trying to grow the biggest congregation, and the pastor normally has the best car, dresses in the best clothes, makes the most money, lives in the best house.
And our cocos love church, man. Those are the people you want to follow.
So
Give their whole life to each one.
So give me, I'm saying, Wuti, like as we said, Wuti, there's things that you take and there's things that you don't take.
Yeah.
What's your line? You say, eat the meat, spit the bones. Nah? So you take...
Bars. Huh?
I'm not
Maybach music.
Music and
somebody like got a chopper in the car.
So game is like, take what you can take, because Ukoko is not trying to mirror what Umfundis is doing because Umfundis is taking all the money and he's shining and he's being the big baller. So Ukoko, in all of how she's living her life day to day, she's not trying to mirror that. And I think
I don't trust Okok. I'm hearing you guys.
There's so many things I don't trust. No. Eat the meat.
But that's what we say.
So many things
it's very specific.
Yeah, you can't.
What is the specific part?
I personally.
No, don't make it personal, please.
I get it as the only thing that So I'm gonna link you to personal.
Please make it personal. I don't mind.
Sure.
And then please bring it to the rest of us. We're having a conversation not about fixing Utebza's life.
Sure.
We're having a national dialogue. So we can't use Utebza's.
But I only have a certain my first understanding of business was from Magog. My grandmother had about, I don't know how many friends, man, a lot. All of them sold something. The first time I knew what to do business was not from out. It was from Magog street, from Makwinya, Paisa di Keti, Paisa di Pijama, Paisa Montwana. So already from let me make this statement. I think black families survive because of Magog.
I hear you, but when it comes to business and selling, can we confirm that black old women are not the pinnacle? We have Jews and the like who are the best at business. So 100%. If we're trying to fix the country,
Sure.
Just in that regard,
yes, you're correct.
Maybe they're not the best.
Yes.
They were struggling and surviving.
Yes.
This is the North Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
But from a morality perspective, they are number one out of all.
Which parts of morality?
Kuitwara as msadi, man. Kuitwara as outi. I don't know how else to say it in English.
Don't have that.
I would add to what T's saying in terms of keeping a family together. You'd see most black households collapse when the grandmother passes on. There's something about how there's something about how the grandmother in the black community has a way of keeping the family together.
She's the only one that knows that all the kids are hers.
That's fine.
Sorry.
We're not saying Okoko are perfect.
So sorry.
Oh man,
you just said one of the positives of Magog. You want us to speak negative? No, we can. We know.
I didn't say anything negative. I'm just saying the reason Ukoko is the clue is because all the descendants are hers.
Yeah, no,
okay.
So it's easy to become a clue when you know you birthed the shit. It's very difficult when
Okoko knew exactly what he was doing.
What's your list?
No, I've got a long list. I still wanted to hear, and I don't know if Penson gave an answer because he just jumped in at some point. If there's any organization that he sees to say, if not political parties, because understand, South Africa is...
You said organizations and you said systems, and then I said the matriarch with Okoko.
No. I started somewhere else. That's why I'm saying you jumped in. So South Africa is a piece of land that the British came and decided to fence when all of them were deciding to cut a slice.
Yeah.
We never decided to make this a country as the black inhabitants here. But we're here now. So part of the conversation could be, let's redesign the borders, let's change the official languages, all these nice things. Let's change the flag, the national anthem. The current governance system on this piece of land that we've all bought into is a political system where we vote and democracy. And I'm asking, if not politics, and if not voting, and if not democracy, are there any other organizations or leadership structures that you've seen that you think would be better, where you go to a national dialogue and you say, scrap politics, we need a king. Scrap politics, we need the NPOs to run us. Scrap politics, we need Johan Rupert through business to run us. Scrap politics, we need type of situation.
Okay.
That was my question.
I understand what you're saying, and no.
Nothing.
No.
Now, are any of them better than, and religion as well? Are any of them better than politics?
No, I think they onto something with what's our government called?
GNU, Government of National Unity.
I think they're onto something like we've spoken about this for years before they did that. So we get the best of the best in certain spaces. I think that would be a solve.
Meritocracy,
Yeah, it would be.
of which we don't have that.
No, we don't.
Okay.
You know, give me, it would be like literally the way I'd structure it is that the political party that wins, you guys get the president, the guys that come second gets the deputy, and then so on and so forth.
You don't think we should vote for a president? These are things we can change. These are things we can table and say, no, we'd like to vote for our own president.
Or direct.
And I vote for a party and the
And
party.
the party votes for the yeah, it would be nice to
As
vote
it
for
currently
president.
stands, there's a huge chance that the president of the country is not the favorite. If we were to go to ballot and vote for president, there's a huge chance he wouldn't be president.
And even within, let's just say we can only vote within the party that wins. It might not even be the case within the
it might not
ANC,
even be.
We would have voted.
Or
Ramaphosa.
the specific
Ramaphosa.
person. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You'd like us to vote for president?
I'd like us to vote for individual portfolios. Remember, like at Rhodes, you'd vote for individual portfolios. People would run for the sport portfolio. And then you'd vote within the sport portfolio, I want this person.
So you'd want to change the political system. You're
Yeah,
fine with
so-
it, but you'd like it to be
So
tweaked.
I'd like we have the 20 places, whatever the portfolios, and then when we vote, then they have presidents, then they have options. Each political
No, it
party
doesn't
can-
have to be on one day, by the way.
Okay,
just to make it easy.
Okay, sure. Let's just say it's one day. It's a bit of a process.
For ease, okay.
So now each political party gets to throw a name in a hat within their own home. So when we go, first page is
It
president.
has to be a political party.
You can also be good. I want losers to just now say, I want to be president. Kanti, what's the criteria for?
We can set it. I'm just understand.
For now.
The reason I'm saying this is South
now,
Africa is governed by a political system, which is run by political parties.
For now,
and we have a chance to change that.
For now, yes, I hear where you're going with this. Let's just leave it for political parties for now. So now we vote page one, president, and they throw names in a hat, and we can see everybody who's running. Then you get to vote for your president, regardless of your political views. So if you like Undlozi and you really think he'd make a great president, whether it's EFF or not, you're voting for Undlozi, not for EFF. EFF is not the president. Undlozi is the president. Like when Usia Kolisi becomes the captain of the Springboks, it's not the Sharks that are captain of the Springboks. Usia Kolisi was the president. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Then we do the same thing with the deputy, arts and culture, forestry, police. We vote for who. And then when people are mabe campaigner, I want you to sell to me why, if you became the minister of forestry, why you believe you can do a great job. Because now we'll have people like Mam Ange who are going to say they are ministers of education and Nixasa, they minister of. I want to know from her why she thinks she's fit to be. Because she might be, I just don't know. I'd like to hear from her, and I'd like to hear counter arguments from other people why they believe that they would be. Not to go to now all of a sudden the DA has thrown Osiviwe into there as minister of whether, because now we don't know, is she amazing? Is she not amazing? Is she the best person for that portfolio?
For sure.
Is Gayton the best person for arts and culture? Is he the best? There might be other people from other politics that could actually say, look, I actually have a background in this. I did this at this level. I've done this. And you're like, oh, snap. That's actually the most qualified.
For sure.
You know, so give me, it's a Nyova dam. And I think we need to break it down deeper.
Create an Avengers of different.
We have to create an Avengers. And if you're going to say what you
political
believe in voting,
Yeah.
because I don't believe in voting. I think what's that line? If your votes mattered, they wouldn't give it to us.
Come on.
You know, if it really did count, they wouldn't let us idiots be in control of that process. Imagine being able to vote for your pilot. That's an important role, bro.
That's well put. That
Yeah?
actually makes a lot of sense.
Now we're getting to vote who the CEO of ABSA is.
Yeah.
Because now you're...
If it really mattered, it wouldn't.
Nah, they would never let it to us.
Next
They'd
question. Top of mind, top of head, 3 candidates that you think would potentially be the best leader for South Africa?
Sure.
Outside of politics, go extremely wild. And by leader, I'm not saying president, not in a political system. Just if you had to choose like a head boy, a head girl, a king,
Jeez,
a supreme
bro.
leader, who would be your top 3 people, top 3 South Africans specifically that you,
South Africans.
if they allowed you to lead the country,
zero.
you would say, this guy is just coming in my figure man.
Bamazi ugokulina. Bamazi ugokulina. Gogugalo.
Top 3 people go wild. South Africans that you were like, if you had to choose a leader, not outside of politics, it can be a business person, can be a sports star, it can be a pastor, it can be an imam, it can be a celebrity, it can be just 3 names that you were like, if not the current guy, who would you suggest?
Politics has a lot of dynamics of Cyril came in as the guy that understands business. So the assumption was that from an economic perspective and solving the issue of employment would be good. That didn't work. Mbeki was a similar president in terms of from an economic perspective. Also, we faced whatever issues,
No, not true.
Yeah.
Mbeki did well. There was economic growth and jobs.
He did definitely better.
Ramaphosa didn't have a track record, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Mbeki definitely did better than
Ramaphosa was known as a business person, but he actually didn't have a track record of building
I'm
any
saying the
business.
assumption was.
I understand.
Everyone did say that if someone is from business, they want to make things much. Definitely, Mbeki, you can't even compare the two. That's a fact. And then you've got Umadiba, just building.
What?
What did he build?
No, definitely not from Mbeki and a Cyril perspective.
Just in what can we accredit just to him specifically?
But I know there's a point you're trying to make. You're just going on meanders.
1999, like what, in that time,
You're going on meanders.
Okay.
There's a point you're trying to make that the political whatever has dynamics
Yeah.
that require.
Yeah. So I can't think of anyone that can fill in all the gaps. We've got people who can fill in just that one part of creating employment. And that is it. Then we've got someone else who's like, hey, these are the things I want to work on them. So it's hard for me to come up with.
Give us 3 names.
No, in SA, I can't. The only people that I can come up with.
Who are the top?
Mamope is the best person that I think
He's not alive anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Who are the top 3 South Africans you respect the most in terms of whatever achievements they have?
Politics and running a
It doesn't
country.
have to be politics. Don't
said
close your mind to that. I'm talking about a leader of a head boy, a siyakolisi.
that can run the country.
When it says
Java.
That can run the country.
Java boy.
I have no one from South Africa. No.
It says Java.
The only reference that we can only have is other presidents. You can't.
No, it can't be I'm the one tabling the question. You can't come and tell me my question can only be defined. But I'm telling you,
I have no answer from a South African. I have no answer.
No,
I don't believe you, but it's fine. They don't have to be smart answers, just top of mind.
I'm trying to find this guy's name that is not a South African, but I'm trying to find the closest South African to this guy. He's doing a lot of work. He just did his upper F. Is it Bonafasi or what's this guy's name?
Burkina Faso.
Yes.
Traore.
Someone like that in this country. I'm trying to find the closest person.
General Mkwanazi.
Ngoba uyatrenda.
Yes.
Ngicobela umuntu ngoba uyatrenda.
No, but he is.
Hayi, it is going to work in. If
it's not him, then it would be the leader of our defense force. Yeah.
Oh, those are your answers.
No. I'm saying he's looking for the closest person to Traore.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm saying it's either Mkwanazi or the leader of the defense force.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, my pen abalapha ku defense force.
So that's number 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get the name.
3 though. 3 is a lot, bro. I don't have confidence in 3 people to run a country here. But I understand what you mean in terms of think outside.
Penson, you must give your people as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
General Rudzani Mapwanya. I think he was recently in Iran, almost like an unauthorized trip.
Oh,
and he came back and it was quite controversial.
It was like a week ago.
Unofficial meeting. Why are shy into Zake? Those are
And he was there
moves.
representing the country, right?
Well, he's the general of the SNDF. Rudzani Mapwanya.
Okay.
So just pull him movie nje la engekho. Engekho nje.
Who else?
Bro, you might as just well say nje ukuthi you faka no Cassper lapho.
Any names? For you?
Mina, ngeke.
No.
Me, I would pick, if I had to pick, I'd pick me before I'd pick anyone else.
Yep.
I'd pick me, and lapho imvubu engizobe ngihambe ngishaya abantu emgaqweni. Ngi-president. If I was president for a day, into yokuqala nje ukwenza nje ukuthi ukufeba nje, ngaqala nje ukufeba nje. Control ukufeba, control utshwala. Utshwala phuza yimi kuphela ngekhanda. Control ukufeba, control utshwala.
You sound like Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
You know the Kim family were the Kim family were the only people that were allowed to consume things from outside the country. They would make like American content disgusting, but they watch the movies. They're the only people that know what's going on out in the world.
The country is crumbling on. There's no moral fabric. Like a
I mean,
country.
you know, Mina, the biggest thing, and it's maybe I'm not answering your question, Hadi. A dream that I've always heard of, I've always thought of is, doesn't matter who's the president, doesn't matter who's whoever, the president or political party. You must give us a business plan for each region in this country. I got there's a president. I got sharp there. Then you've got ministers. What are you going to do? Then you've got the provincial legislature. Then you've got GPG. Then you've got MMCA. What. Whoever must account for ELX must give us the roadmap. ELX, I'm gonna build what roads. I'm gonna put in da. Come review me in 5 years. If you are not done, jail.
I was about to say, what is the consequence of not getting it done?
The issue of
I'm telling you, all the money that you made at that time, pay it back, plus interest, or jail.
The issue of South Africa is that there's no consequence in being a politician and just blabbing things.
And promising
there is
the
no
world.
consequence. So me and my thing is it's like a business plan. Give us a roadmap. It's 19 after 5 years. How many lights are they gonna have? How many malls? We are share a business plan. We all look at it as citizens. Sign. Oh, but in 5 years, Alex la. In 10 years, da. We all sign. Papa sign.
Can I take a left?
If you're not done,
Can I take a left?
That's
and
right.
just
That's
ask?
right. But
Sorry.
sure.
Yeah.
Other left.
left.
Sorry, this left.
Okay, jump.
Fucking hell.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Where you from?
I was going to ask,
You from Cape Town?
would you, my man, what would you say to a AI being president? An AI running, we create a prompt.
I can answer that very quickly.
Answer. Let's hear.
Oh no, AIs are created by human beings. So that's already flawed. It means you're giving some human being that mandate.
Power, no?
Okay.
There is no such thing as like a neutral AI anywhere in the world. They all work on coding that is designed by people with
And
agendas.
we've seen it.
So it still has an agenda.
By someone.
Rock Salapaiza for 2 days.
Who are your top 3 politicians? None. Top 3 business people in the country.
Top 3 business people, man. Top 3 business people.
Politicians, you didn't want to give names.
Yeah, politician.
Okay.
You're not answering. Wait, before
I'm
I
gonna answer. I'm gonna answer.
Oh, you're gonna answer. Okay, sure.
But we can also throw names. It doesn't have to come. My first name on the table is Johan Rupert.
Via
Leading South
the
Africa.
country. Oh, okay, sharp.
Yeah, my first leader would be Johan Rupert. Because I think he's the most capable person to run this country. His international relations, his ability to make money, the amount of money he brings into South Africa, his passion for this country, and just his track record. He's arguably the most competent South African we have globally. Johan Rupert. So he'd be my first name, but I'll think of 1 or 2 others.
Number 2?
I'm considering Julius as potentially number 2.
I was also considering him.
Even though I don't agree with some of his stuff.
Oh,
and
Johan
his,
Rupert nje bayasiluta nje kule country.
no, they don't. Johan Rupert actually brings more money here than takes out.
Angithi here's the thing. Mina into ngibona ukuthi abantu abaphuza igas. So mina I don't buy into the smoke and mirror. I don't. You know, every person in a space that I've looked up to. Yeah, when once the dust settles and then you start seeing with this person in G.
Yeah.
As if there was times where I used to like, Trump is so funny, he's so good. And then you're looking what's happening with Israel and Gaza and bombing in Iran and this. Then you're like, this guy is just like the rest of them. Then
you
you
think
have
Rupert is just like the rest of them?
then you look at what like Barack Obama is black, and then you think what is happening in
Yemen.
Yemen and the drone strikes, and
sure.
like you're just like the rest of them. Then you think about this person, Sebekuma Island, you're just like the rest of them. Not getting dark and disgusting pussy cars. You literally every hero that I've had, at some point, once you like
the dust
more than just what you like. As an example, Siya Kolisi is a great rugby player. Great. Can you just hold on to that? You now want to love other parts
Of him.
Forget the other parts, bro. Just love this part. Don't now say, I think Siya Kolisi would make a great mayor. He's a great captain and rugby player. Because now it opens up certain makhabethe ukuthi kuphuma izinto okungamele kuphume, and then you lose so much faith in humanity. Every time I see the heroes and I see the other side of the curtain, I just lose faith. And I go, ulale ningane nangaki? Na 24. Ish. Umsholozo nangaki? Na 75. Give me personally. When I hear those stories, morally, I lose respect for you, bro. And now it's done. Like you like this could have been your grandchild. Me, I'm done. Now I wish I just didn't know that. I wish I just focused on you as a good singer. And I say, hey, the president, every time I hear this one, never. Who makes us with law? Vele akabafuna abantu abamnyama vele kade uyasiqinya this bomb overseas. Sesiyadubake now all of a sudden. Kade ngasifuni from the gate. He was just good. Christo Viso ngokurana ama-Shoprite. If you just said I like how he runs ama-Shoprite, great. Now you make him a president for a day and it goes kanti iqiniso vele ukuthi adefuna ukusterilize. Sesiyakhala.
But I mean, Peng was talking about you talking about his business.
No, everything.
Everything.
I don't mind what Penson said, man. That's his opinion. Johan Rupert, next to him, I'm glad you mentioned the name, Christo Visa, would be right there between the two of them. Julius Malema, this guy is a dark horse, and I wish he was given power. I wish he was more prominent and more vocal.
I agree.
Uba?
With Julius.
Oh, you'll say why. Sizwe Ngasana. Ubaba uSizwe Ngasana. Given a platform and I think if he also put his hand up more, because I'm trying to think of the most competent black people that I know, and he's right up there.
Why are you not saying Rob Hersoff?
He's not one of the names I'd put.
Why not?
I may as well put many other people.
I see. You think he would he be in your top 20?
No. Not at all.
Would he be in your top 50?
I have no idea.
Okay. Maybe.
So you want to know about Rob on a platform? I must answer about Rob.
No.
Oh, it sounds like you're asking about Rob. I'll tell you why I wouldn't consider Rob. Rob Hersoff, I'm not aware of his track record from a business perspective. I'm not aware of a track record from a leadership perspective. I'm not sure of anything he's achieved in the country that is worth talking about. So that makes him part of many other people.
Fair enough.
Maybe my last point, I also want to try and think of a woman while we're speaking. Imtiaz Suleiman, the founder and the leader of Gift of the Givers.
Okay.
These are people with track record. But he has a bit of money, you look at what they do, and it's like, okay. So Johan Rupert, Christo Visa, Julius Malema, Sizwe Ngasana, Imtiaz Suleiman. You wanted to say Julius?
I just like his unapologetic approach. I think the country needs that. Like an approach where it's like, I don't mind being hated. I think a lot of our leaders and presidents have this knack of wanting to be liked.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? And I think true leaders in any business space are like, bro, hate me if you hate me, but me, I'm gonna get the job done.
There's no woman. I can't think of a woman who's got the impact at that level.
My challenge with a lot of these people from a leadership point is people that say one thing and live another. you know.
And you feel like Julius, okay.
So that would be my biggest problem. I value being authentic, and I value you walking the talk. You know, I always have a problem when someone is constantly talking about the plight of the black man and challenges. Meanwhile, you are sleeping in silk sheets.
In Hyde Park.
In Hyde Park, you know, your kids go to.
Yeah,
the
but
best
all the
ivy.
heroes are like that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm saying I lose certain things about it.
Oh, okay.
You know, so give me.
I mean, the ANC was founded by niggas where their lives were nice.
Yes,
though.
I'm saying like
Lawyers.
when you find out, like, you hear like the Amazon story or the what's you know, this guy was building in his garage. That story becomes a huge story, and it's like a motivation. Then you find out the things behind the curtain and the money that was invested and the people he was in. That kind of takes the story down a notch. It's like finding out is Gora that you look up to. We are chov. Like there's something the whole time you're like creating hepex. There's something where you just like
So that means that
deflates
person does
it.
not exist in your life.
No, hear me out. Give me. It's like, hence why I want to go back to when Ulunga was suggesting, let's just vote for different portfolios. You know, so that I can just focus on the strength.
Oh,
Then-
you said that.
Oh, sorry.
I just said president.
Focus on the strength and then just do the strength. Focus on this strength and then focus on the strength. Then it makes it easier because you might be immoral in 1,000 other things. And I don't need to care about that. But kulento le, boy, you're baba. So yes, wrong land, but because ngiyazi when it comes to forestry, I the point.
Yeah.
Lana. Yes, Lana, I then can ignore it. Could you find out could you oh Messi? Wow. That's why I don't want to say, oh, Messi is my favorite human. No, he's my favorite soccer player. Favorite human look. Favorite soccer player. So that whatever I find out about him and his what in creepy immoral life, at least I know I can separate the R. Kelly from the musician, or the Robert Kelly from R. Kelly type of situation. Ang naga look, happy people here and make my life easier like that.
The woman thing is so sad, man. I'm going through a list here
You must mampele rampele.
of women, and Dr. Judy Dlamini comes up. That's the wife of Usizwe Ngasana. You've got Umamutuli Madonsela. One of the wealthiest South African women over the years, over the decades, has been Wendy Applebaum. I don't know if people know her. But we're lacking.
From what family? Can you?
Who?
The lady you spoke about now?
Wendy Applebaum?
Yeah.
What about her?
She's from a prominent family. What does she do?
No, she's a businesswoman.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if her father was involved in something.
Okay.
I could try check up for you.
Okay.
But now I'm thinking people will speak about Umamna Lady Pando.
Mampele rampele.
I think no, not Angie.
Oh, why?
I don't think people, when we speak like that, they'd be like, oh, Angie should be president type of situation. Whereas Umamna Lady,
I think she should be president.
one of the most powerful women we've got in this country. Oh, sorry, they also mentioned Bridget Mutsipe. They mentioned now Puti
Manamel. Is it?
Mahanyele Dabengwa, who was the CEO of Naspers.
She just read up.
Hey, but they've got a gap. I think the most powerful woman in this country, weirdly, is Umamu Unkosazana Dlamini Zuma. I'm just thinking over time, powerful woman, because before her it was Winnie Matikizel. There's an opportunity there for powerful women. There's actually an opportunity. Sorry, I also want to mention, even though I've got mixed feelings about him, I'd consider Patrice as well. There's controversies in how he built his wealth, but if I look at how he's managed himself, his family, what he's achieved at African Rainbow Minerals, building African Rainbow Capital, Time Bank. Time Bank is literally the most successful black bank ever. He's gone into IPPs, he's going to be generating electricity. What he's done with CAF, what he's done with, those are track records now for me. How they come about, we can always negotiate, but it's like, Dwana, what have you done? I don't know if you know Usizwe Ngasana.
But when you say how it come about, does that not muddy the waters?
Not for me. That's why I'm putting him there with an asterisk. But the bottom line is, if we have to pick, I think you guys are not putting options on the table. So mina no Slim,
I put myself on the option.
you put yourself sure. Mina no Slim are the only guys that have put people on the table. So I have to qualify
track
one.
record. Track record and
Yeah.
Who must say?
Uthi ngiyakwazi
Angiyazi, I didn't put him on the
ukupama
table.
yabantu abaningi
He put himself on the table.
nemvubu
Ngayishaya imbala.
hamba ngisha ofebayo nje ngathi abafebayo nabathi usitshwala shaya kumele covid utshwala valini hamba ngiyanilandela naphithwe ngamshaya.
Wendy Applebaum is the daughter of Donald Gordon. These are the men that built South Africa.
Yeah, you see, like it's also another hard thing. It's that asterisk that you're speaking about when you're speaking about powerful queens, and then it's almost like Konumchita lurking in the background.
Always. Even the Walmart Walton family.
Yeah. So
the wealthiest woman in the world, her father built Walmart.
So now you're like, am I voting her in or the voice behind her?
No, but she's got a track record. That's why we mentioned them.
Yes, I'm saying is the track record like Ubiena, or is it Uti Mina? I'm Banbani's wife or Banban. So people not good bafuna wena per se. Bafuni
It's built around you. Ne?
No, that happens most of the times. But specifically this woman, she has a track record.
Okay.
When Sizwe Nxasana, I just need to mention because a lot of people don't know him. Usizwe became the first guy to build he was the first black person to build an auditing firm. Sizwe and Company. He's one of the first chartered accountants.
Yeah. Okay.
From there, he built it into one of the biggest accounting firms in the country, SNG, Sizwe Nsaluba, Koboto. But besides that, he's always been entrepreneurial. He's built a lot of businesses with his wife. Very religious. Him and his wife have kept a solid family. He's worked as CEO of First Rand, the holding company of Abo, FNB, Momentum, and whatever.
Yeah.
At some point, I think he was chair, if I'm not mistaken, or CEO of Telkom. For a short period, he ran NSFAS, and then he built schools, Future Nation schools.
Schools, yeah.
So the guy's got a legit portfolio.
On the show, yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of prominent black people. I'm like Herman Mashaba. Who else? Robert Kumete.
So why don't you pick him in Mashab?
I don't think his portfolio for me or his track record is that big.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's worth to be celebrated. But
If there's one thing that
then we'll
always
celebrate
makes me
many
nervous,
others.
it's just like, I think whenever you do a deep dive, you realize there's so many stakeholders, and you will look at a Sbanban and you're like, oh shit, that's why he became the director of, or that's why then they used him to. That's why he became the first.
Yeah, I mean,
black.
it was a PE for him. And
No, but I
really-
no. Corner EPE.
Oh.
If he is not necessarily.
Future Nation schools. PE played a major part
I'm saying
In what?
in him becoming what he became.
I'm saying like let's take Herman Mashaba. Ne? There's that picture of him in the 70s standing next to a BMW. I think it's like that. Something like that.
Okay.
And people saying, hey, when did you get that car? How did you get that car? The dynamics. You're like, yes, guys were successful. Yes, guys were entrepreneurs. Guys were working hard. Then you find out at a later stage, that might potentially have been a certain deal with.
Didn't he start in like salons or something like that?
Marapesi, the way you are thinking of it, you'll never pick anyone. That's the problem.
I'll never
though.
pick anyone. Because I don't trust.
okay.
They want anything to do with
I wanna throw a name.
these so-called black diamonds. They want these black
Those ones
diamonds.
were
Doesn't matter whether
those
they're
ones
old.
were picked. Those
Hey,
ones.
Baba, whether they're old, middle, young. Angmathembi bonke. Because I know a lot of these guys are pushed by certain people behind them.
Backed.
So the second you start digging a little bit, you realize that person actually wasn't meant to pauper. You know, who paid for their studio time? Who paid for their first EP? Who paid for their tour? Who paid for... Then you find out, shit, there's a certain label behind them who was actually trying to move these units. You know, we hear it all the time with DJs getting shots and what. They were running these successful clubs out of nowhere. Good club, boom, huge. Then you find out it's all kind of drug money. Every time we hear these black diamonds that just pop, this is some Vumalo. And then years later, we start finding out certain things and they're disappointed. I've just realized, let me just back me.
Huge asterisks, huge. And I've just heard rumors. I've heard rumors. But Ubabuta Earth, Ivan Kos, I'd also want to put in the pot.
Why?
I'm just trying to think of like powerful black men as well who have
Like
earned
his
their
business
keep.
acumen or
Business acumen, leadership.
as well.
What they've done with OPSL, definitely not.
Listen,
Definitely not. He's an icon, but his track record doesn't look good.
You know, like when we were sitting having a discussion and people were talking about certain big guys that own clubs and what. The rumors, bro. Give me just the rumors are enough for me to say I'm good, dog. I'm good. Like, why would I want to be with a woman who's rumored to be a hoe?
But do you think that, like, as a successful black person, you can get there without the funding? You can get there without
I don't mind the
someone
funding and
pushing
investment.
you.
I'm not talking about the funding and investment. Those are two different things. This funding investment talks about people that seeing potential. They want to also grow with me on this journey. I'm talking about having handlers. I'm talking about people that actually handpicked you, conditioned you. You are just the face. That's what I'm talking about. My fear is that every time you peek around the curtain, you realize, these people aren't anything. There's nothing there.
But who doesn't have a handler? Who can say, yo, I'm just this rogue agent operating?
Everyone has a handler.
Everyone has a handler, bro.
No. You're missing what I'm trying to say. You might have a boss. You might have. I'm talking about Kona Abantu who have. Ukutanyeli said this lady's name. Don't. I'm not going to say where people blow up music-wise. And then you realize, because they're sleeping with this person is pushing their agenda. You know, but that person's talent and a capability isn't that strong. And the second they stop messing around this person, you realize, they die.
Yeah.
But then there's also musicians that actually are talented and they work hard, and they have people that invest in their talent. And then they grow. Let's take the Penson show. I would be dead shocked to find out there was a handler and what funding and what, it was literally guys that grew.
There was a what?
And they put in the work. So it is so possible, and there's so many amazing entrepreneurs.
Sorry, there is a handler, just for context.
Who's the handler?
Utebza.
Okay.
Can't be sure about this nigga.
No, but this is very important. Sorry, I just need to. I understand what you're saying. I just need to say this. This is important for me.
Maybe define what you mean by handler, and then I'll define what I mean by handler.
So a handler is normally like a money guy who funds the come up.
Okay, so that's not what I was talking about.
Utebza's that for me.
Okay.
Yeah. For the Penson show to pop.
Yeah.
So it was this bitch ass motherfucking nigga. Niggas lying.
Hey, we're playing.
He's talking about a funder. He's talking about a funder in terms of a handler.
Okay.
So how he describing it, that to me is an investor. I'm talking about a person.
A handler is something different.
Well, how do you define? Because the mini handler is not what he's talking about. For me, it's a person who is saying, I want to create curate a story and a narrative, and I need a main character. So I write the script. I write this whole movie.
But pushing an agenda in the background.
And then I go find a actor to play the main character of my movie. That to me is the handler.
Okay.
So then they put a Mr. X as a performer to push this narrative. Then we fall in love with Mr. X, but Mr. X has nothing to do with anything.
Sure.
He's just reading off a script. He's actually being controlled. That's how I view a handler.
Okay.
And I think a lot of these guys, not all, not most, a lot of these guys have handlers. It's people that were just picked. You well-spoken, you good-looking, come here, play the main character. This is the script that you will read. Who Ike was talking about, because certain politicians being told, uzoshata lo, uzolala nalo, uzohlala la. Give me, that's like, you have to have a handler who tell me who I'll get married. Here's the portfolio yakho le uzwenza lo everything ukuthi ngizolala nobani nini.
I don't think it's done like that, but
no,
sure.
but I'm just saying, give me, that's how I fit. And every time I feel like I'm peeking around the curtain with certain individuals, you realize,
my five, you said Rudzani Mapwanya and Julius. I'm gonna rank my five before you add. Johan Rupert.
You know,
I do. You
wouldn't.
Oh, you're starting to give us names.
No, I'm asking.
Johan Rupert number 1, Christo Visa number 2, number 3 is Imtiaz Suleiman, number 4 is Sizwe Ngasana, and number 5 is Julius Malema.
Sure.
Then number 6 would be Patrice. You want to add someone and you want to speak about Uthami? I actually met him back in 2010.
Hey, man.
He's the chairman of ESCOM currently.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He used to run Microsoft.
Yo.
First of all, the muntu angazukhipha ugesi ukhanya first imvotela uthi he's so negative to a politician.
I don't know.
He's not a politician.
He's not a politician. I don't know if I will add him. That's the same way like you feel about Patrice. Vusi Tim Maguire.
Tim Maguire.
Clean record.
Many people would
Clean
agree with you.
record.
Of what?
When it comes to it's just his brand is clean.
Hey, it's
I mean,
not.
there's
Wait.
Really?
Not.
In what
I
sense?
understand. It's not cool.
In what-
but
in
it was on
what
social
sense?
media. You can Google.
No, but I
you
mean,
can Google, when you say just clean, you can check social media. What happened in his personal life? It was for everybody to see.
with the
You also-
I'm just going against your word of clean record. That's all I'm going
He
against.
does have a blemish. It has to do with his ex-wife.
I mean,
To you, it might not be a problem. To
Yeah,
so many
now
other
it's
people.
not.
I will say, here's why I'm saying it. It's like it's not something that I don't feel like
is his other blemish.
I don't feel like it's stained. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that stained his brand to a point where
You wouldn't let him lead the country.
I don't think so.
Yes,
To be honest,
no problem.
and that's why it's your
and me
list.
again. I'm speaking from like a national, like that.
Many people would agree
You know
with
what I'm saying? Like from a national, not personal. If I do my due diligence and research, it's safe to say that's safe to say about everybody.
If you pick a hit boy for the
right?
country, you'd
but
consider
if you look at that's what I would add him to the pot.
Nope. Debza, nothing to add about Mtseto Nyati.
Yeah,
There's
just
also Babu Bonang Mohale as well in the same vein.
Yo,
Kutuma Nhleko is also a hammer, but he's too quiet for me. Of which Babu Sizwe Ngasane as well, but
if it was I mean, it's passed on.
hey, no, I'll swap Patrice when no Sizwe. Sorry. So Patrice Julius, then Babu Ngasane.
Yeah, you just brought up an interesting name of him. He's nice.
For you as well?
Yeah, I think Movi is dope. You know what's crazy for me?
VT, the brand.
You know what's crazy for me? Every person that you're speaking about, they're in business. And I'm
Nomalema.
No, he's the only one. Yeah, I mean, out of 7 names, he's the only one.
But he built the EFF, which is for me arguable.
But I'm
Almost
just
like a
trying to
business
figure out
enterprise.
do we not? Because I'm also thinking about some names in my head, they're all in business.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
If you look at the philanthropic work Rupert has done, I'm not so sure about Christo Visa. Imtiaz Suleiman is not in
They give
business.
us his number 1.
And then Patrice and the Mutsipe Foundation and the football stuff,
Yeah.
for me, goes outside of the business thing.
Sure, but as well, we're not thinking about the morality, I'm thinking about guys like health and morality perspective. That's Joshua Maponga.
He's not South African.
Okay.
But you'd consider him as a leader.
Yeah, I would consider him. I'm just trying to figure out why is that we always go to the
business side.
I wouldn't be surprised people bringing Likhanyani on the table.
100,
And, whoever leads the Shembe Church as well.
I would need people that hold the people that I would pick would need to have a business mind. But religious people, one can assume they've got a higher moral ground. Even though our brother here is like, Dave's a fuck you, nigga. So business, high moral ground from a religious perspective. And someone that's in health.
like almost Stembe. People that know what they're doing.
How? Sorry, someone who is in health.
Someone who understands how we should live from
Baqondise.
what we consume.
Lifestyle.
That's
why you bring Maponga.
Yeah, I would bring in 3 people: business, morality, and
Sidinga abantu aba-serious kule country. Not abantu
Every
abantekente.
person you're coming up with is in the Tamale that we had. He was dressed in white. We had him like I think 2 years ago, man. What does he run? An organization, Amachita. Black people, no, not even Amachita.
Baba Buntu.
Baba Buntu as well. I'm saying we're not thinking of those guys. And
He's
now
also not South African.
And I'm also trying to understand why am I also not thinking of them? Because you also mentioned the people. I'm like, there's some sort of a pattern.
Yeah.
So the guys that are running moral high ground stuff, why are they not there? Why?
Moral high ground stuff.
No, ground they've got a high morality. They can tell us how
running
to dress.
churches.
They're church leaders, yeah.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle stuff, I'm just trying to think of, do we have a South African version of Maponga?
Yeah. Even going back to what you were speaking about, understanding who you are from a mental perspective, a mentality perspective, from a cultural perspective.
Abba. Aba is the South African version of Maponga.
Yeah, you're right. But Caesar's understanding what I'm saying.
That's true though.
Aba is the South African version of Maponga.
Yeah,
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just confirming. Don't get defensive.
I'm not being defensive.
Okay, that's dope for Aba. That's really dope.
I think so. I agree.
Mbuzo Khoza as well. I'm just saying these guys that I'm speaking about, I'm trying to understand why am I not thinking about them when someone says who must lead the country? I'm questioning myself, Uti, what is it? Why do I go to business? And remember the business
Business is dope.
Give me the reason why I'll always look for morality first. I'm looking for a father, bro, to run this country.
Rasi.
Yeah.
That's your first name. Besides yourself. So Rasi comes second.
No, I'm saying Moses Tembe, number 2. Rasi, number 3.
Rasi Erasmus.
Moses Tembe Kima?
He's a businessman in KZN.
Okay, no, I don't know. That's why I asked.
Don't worry.
Fiance.
It's a man who focuses on his family. Businessman.
It's the way that they're saying it, man.
No,
So I keep it moving.
you can keep it moving. I'm saying, Guti, I need a father to run the country.
Yeah.
I said it
Erasmus.
from a point which
You see,
it's a morality thing.
morality thing, man. We have to give up those people.
Because it has to be tough. I want where South Africa is. It's tough love, and Rasi or whoever might work in the fringes of what we think is right. But the goal is to win. So a lot of these guys, as long as Minangas,
That is hectic.
see, if it's built on that.
There's a reason I never chucked to Rasi. He was going to be one of my candidates.
Oh, you
but
thought
there's
of
a
it.
reason.
So give me
Immediately.
So give me. I'm like, how is besides the rugby thing? How is Rasi as a father? So I'm looking. Okay, Rasi posts his daughters. He posts his family life. He posts a lot of it is that. So I'm judging him as a father of his home first.
You know he's divorced now.
Yeah. But I'm watching how he's managing a father, not a wife. I mean, a husband. I'm not talking about, we don't need a husband. For
Isn't
a
that
country.
morality as well?
I would need a father more than a husband. For me, father's more important.
A father of the country, not a good husband of a good boyfriend.
Most of the guys I mentioned, their kids are already taking over. So succession planning.
I haven't spoken down on any names that you guys have spoken about.
How?
I said
Wait, he never spoke down on any of the names.
On my name. I'm a
Never
great
spoke down on any of the names.
Great father.
Abakufakanga ntwana.
Sithi amabechekile ngabathela ngenduku.
Leyabheda ayikufakanga ntwana.
Akemfakanga
Ayivotelanga ufuna ikholi.
No, if I boil the kettle, it's going to make noise.
Yes.
No.
It's gonna make noise.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
It's gonna
Here we
make
boil.
noise.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'll
Thank
boil
you,
it for you.
It's gonna make noise.
Thank you, Tebza.
We need a strong father. South Africa is in shambles. We need umuntu okwaziyo.
Irvin Khoza's been the father of the PSL for decades now. Arguably no case. However you feel about him, people have gang respect for Irvin.
Mayikwazi ukuxoxa. Yabona Evan mayikwazi ukuxoxa.
Kade qoqa mfethu. Lighties look at him as like a godfather of sorts.
Asazi mina nje ngithanda abantu abakwazi ukuxoxa. Mina ngazi. Ngithanda abantu abakwazi ukuxoxa. Umuntu ohlele kwenze leyo nto le tough love.
Kaizer Mtaung. The kettle's loud.
No, you can see it.
Which means
It wouldn't make sense
it just started making noise.
if you had something and not.
Nah, I hear you. I hope there isn't too much water there. No other names. Can we shut down the national dialogue?
Yeah, I think we can.
The problem with this country is here. And
We didn't give your list, by the
We are
way.
a broken society built
You
with
mentioned
people
what
with
we
broken
didn't.
mindsets.
You mentioned what we didn't touch on, which was stuff like tenders, hardcore
I'll
drugs.
speak about it. What's been burning your heart these days? What's top of your mind? What's chowing you?
Yo, how
What
the fuck
is-
did we get there, bro?
We're here now.
Can I go?
No, I want him to go because he's a guest.
Speak closer to the mic. but
Slim is never here, man. I'd like him to have a
to the mic. I
platform.
get the kettle. What was the question?
I'm just asking Slim, like, what's on his heart?
Debs
What's on
asked
his,
about the
you know,
kettle.
he's our guest today, so just share whatever, so that when he leaves here, he can say, "No, I just wanted to say this."
That's fair.
And at least that becomes one of the things that I remember from the platform.
What's in my heart?
Never mind the conversation and what we raised, but you know,
bro. the difficulty of the journey of entrepreneurship, especially as a black man. That's in my, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Why do you say as a black man? Why did you put that?
Because it doesn't feel like it feels like I'm invading a space that wasn't built for me to succeed. The rules of engagement here are not the rules I was brought up by as a black man. From a morality perspective, from a principle perspective, you end up having to have so many conversations about yourself and conversations about business and even when I speak about morality, I'll speak about especially the survivor's guilt, and that shit is detrimental.
What's that?
It's you got out, so now you want to save everybody else because you feel like, I got out, so I wanna make sure that those who walk behind me or come after me don't deal with the bullshit that I have to deal with.
Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman of entrepreneurship.
But I really know me and Penol's answers. Yes.
But
What is done?
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, I think for me that's like if we talking about top of mind, that is.
You weren't looking for answers here, or you didn't want to come bare your soul, or just be like, James, if you're seeing flames, trust.
Nah. I think I came in here very open-minded, just based on the last episode.
Yeah.
But I
came in very open-minded. But I also feel like I've had conversations with you, Penson, personally. I've had conversations with Pen.
Yeah.
T, I've had a couple of conversations with you. And I think, T, you built this, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, you literally built this thing.
Shit.
So
what is he doing?
No, I'm being genuine about this. I think there's people that need to know just the business side of how you guys operate and what you I'm not saying that the topics that we're covering are not important, right? But I also do feel like there are people that need to and these are people that are like that actually if they hear, they will actually are willing to do something about it. Not people that are gonna hear something and then move on. Like from a clickbait perspective, they actually they are genuinely looking for guidance from experiences and knowledge that the people in this table have.
I want kids out there, young kids, specifically black kids, to make it normal, to normalize asking your mentor, the person you want to mentor you, to say, how much would it cost for you to teach me? Too many kids want handouts. And when you've reached a certain level of success, there are lots of people that want your time.
Yeah.
And normally the people that get that pleasure becomes your children, anyone who happens to be related to you. But there are kids that need you, but for some, not for some, but they generally want it to be free. And they don't understand that people have limited time and resources. So if you're like, look, I'd like to pay you Debs to teach me how you build tribal, that is a completely different conversation. You and your family are willing to pay 200,000 to go to tertiary to learn a bunch of bullshit. But if Debs said, give me $5,000 and I'll sit with you for a whole day to tell you how I build tribal, and you'll see where I will drive around and you're like, 5 Stina.
Yeah.
That type of mindset is one of the things holding people back, because they have the money. We've seen with the alcohol figures here. They have the money, but the thing they claim they want, they're not willing to pay for.
I mean, I've realized to go to you within the black community, you among survivors, their diet has been so toxic and full of fast food. I can't, even in spaces like this, decide to go to, let me just feed them salads. Singati, their body will get into shock. It's almost like these people that have just been eating is 3 twice 2 nepapa. sengathi ngaqhubeka ngithi street wise to nepapa mese ngithi coleslaw mese ngithi street wise to nepapa mese ngithi beetroot.
Let me say this then. Let me say this from what I know about the people in around this table. From a social media perspective, outside looking in, a lot of people who consume information, they are very much expecting the microwave.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the people in this room took a lot of time to build what they've built. This is why I'm saying that conversation is important. Because this gear didn't take a year, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm agreeing with you. And I'm saying with you, hence why I'm saying with you, it's almost like you want to hold their hand and going from the street toys to pop and then kancane add the beetroot and add the cost. I want them to learn. I've realized with life is all about patience and persistence.
Sure.
Nah, that's it. It's not about being smart. It's not about just patience and persistence. Like if you can just do that, but you realize with that first P throws people off because you said they want microwave.
Yeah.
And I've learned to go to people, if they're going to come on a platform, for the most part want to be entertained. So let me entertain and then let the education bit be the take home. Yeah, one. So constant, because if I go with the education first, it's going to feel like grade 6 long division. You're going to switch off. You are going to switch especially in a country where, as we said, people gravitate to a certain type of, content. That's what they gravitate to. You gravitate to big booty, big titties. That's what you gravitate to. So I'm saying it's okay, no sharp. There's It Dead Press, where the video starts with this chick walking, that song, it's all about hip hop. The video is the chick
I think
walking.
the song is called Hip Hop, produced by Kanye West.
And
Come
then,
on.
And then the song, and then as the girl turns and looks at her, you see her bum, then it freezes, and then it writes there, now that we have your attention. Then the song starts.
Yeah.
Because they understand Uguti, that's the psyche. We need to first grab your attention because we know what you guys are broken. So what we need to do is that we need to create spaces where we lure you guys in and then we teach you kancane. We can't overwhelm you because in Zobalega and funu.
I posted this tweet almost an hour ago. Who are your top 5 choices for president of South Africa? Please go wild. If you think a celebrity, pastor, business person, sports star, etc. would be dope, please list them. 4,300 views within the last hour and 35 answers. Yeah, maybe I'll read those before we go. Interesting names. I must read it now. Slim asked the question. Are you?
Oh, sorry.
So did you get things off your chest?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'll read the names. You want me to give my list? Let me try and keep it short in the interest of time. The average South African is undereducated, undercapable, and they genuinely do need parents. And we don't have a lot of good parents around, even in communities. Now, in the absence of that, you have to look at where people are going, which is kids go to school, a lot of people go to church and the like. So I think if we need to change and fix this country, we need to go where the people are, including taverns. Whoever's going to lead, of which I don't believe in the political systems anymore. I believe in some type of civil organizations where people are going to come together, put together something like Gift of the Givers and say, I'm going to travel the whole country teaching kids how to play rugby, teaching kids how to gym, teaching kids how to create content. We need to fix our schooling system. If you can't change it, which is very difficult, have after school exercises that speak to identity, that speak to morality, that teach kids why alcohol is bad and show them videos of people that have died in car crashes and so that it haunts them for the rest of their lives. We'd say, once a week or twice a week, showing us this thing and do that at schools, do that at churches, do it at taverns. Before, I want to buy all of you guys around, but I need you guys to give me an hour of your time.
The Muslims do that with the feeding schemes.
Yes.
Okay.
Just mention quickly what some of the Muslims do.
So they'll have like feeding schemes in certain townships, very underprivileged spaces, and they bring people to eat, and then they teach them about Quran and the learnings of Prophet Muhammad. Yeah.
So I believe for me, if we fix the education, that goes back to the formative, the foundation. Before you go to Entabeni or Eshatini or whatever, if at school from a young age, Utebs has got a program that he funds out of pocket to say, I want kids to learn entrepreneurship. Those that come, that don't. But Kona Letame that always teach us business principles, and he's like, I want you to sell me this pen. I want you to watch Toto Wolff. I want you to read this book or watch this documentary. Even if it's just movie days.
Yeah.
Every Friday we watch The Founder, McDonald's. We watch The Social Network. We watch Wolf of Wall Street. That taught us to be business people. And then he was like, when you want funding, start here. Come to this shop. I want you to sell Puravos rolls. And I'm just teaching kids how to fucking sell. Whatever it is, I think that is one of the things that needs to be fixed.
Sorry, can I just jump in?
Sure.
I think the challenge with saying that is that whoever might be listening creates that entitlement mindset, because you had spoken about finding out how much it costs for your mentor's time. So now if you are hearing, I'm sitting at home and I'm hearing, but why isn't Debs are coming to my space and talking to me? Why isn't Penel coming into Tavern and buying me a free round? Why is and then there's an expectation again. And when people are sending you DMs and they're saying, but Pen, why aren't you responding? Pen, why aren't you reposting my stuff? Pen, because they expect of you to give them all the shit for free, as if your time isn't valuable, as if your resources aren't valuable to yourself. So it creates this mindset, because you have so many people that want free education. No such thing. They want free resource. They want free this, and it's a broken mentality.
I think we need to start looking into alternative leadership systems to a point where people, I know the Jehovah's Witnesses in South Africa are not allowed to vote religiously. I don't know if people know that, but they don't vote at all. Just because their church says, I think they also don't celebrate birthdays and those kind of things. We need people who are going to say, I do not believe in the political system. I believe in a monarch. So I take my money, I give it to Misuzulu, Dalindyebo, etc. And I listen to what they have to say, and I follow their leadership, and I help where I can. And whenever you see me farming or becoming a business person or selling technology overseas, I'm doing it in honor of my king. This is who I serve. And the same with the church, where people are going to say, I serve Likhanyane, the Shembe. I don't care who the president is. I don't care what's going on. But as long as the leaders of my church need us to go and sing and dance and raise money, I go there, and every morning I don't pray. I don't vote. I pray to my God, but then I'm like, the strength that I need comes from I need to go and serve. And my last thing is going to be this, and we're in short supply. Some of the few leaders become Julius Nhlanhla Lux, and maybe a few others. Ian Cameron at Action Society, the guys who built AfriForum. I'd love to talk about over and over the idea that young kids can adopt a neighborhood. It doesn't have to be young kids. Anyone can adopt a neighborhood and say, my life project, outside of everything else, is I want to be a leader for this community. No matter who's in president, no matter what religion they have, I'm going to be a leader of this. I'm going to adopt Alex, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to build Alex into something special. I think that's how your Stellenbosch gets built. Of course, Orania as an example. And that is alternative leadership, because again, the country is just a piece of land. People always convince us that politics is the only way. It's not. And the rand is not the only currency. There are so many other currencies you can use to get by in life.
For sure.
For me, I think those are the main things I'd say. But you guys mentioned a whole lot of good things. A lot of the problems we have are mostly political. So there's a lot of things that I'd want to fix politically. But that's within the political system. But if I can convince many minds to unplug, to say, yeah, but government, you're like, oh, Penn taught me to say, not government. What's the issue? We don't have electricity. Oh, then let's find electricity. Let's sort out a generator. Let's use daylight. Let's maybe sleep when it's dark. Let's maybe light candles that we make ourselves. We have sorted out light. Healthcare. And you're like, well, before the hospitals came, we had traditional ways of healing. So I'm going to focus just on finding healthcare systems for delivering babies when you have flu, when you're what. So I need as many people as possible to unplug from politics, because we give politics so much power by buying. It's like Bitcoin. We all believe that, but government and money are the only ways to fix. And I've got so many examples of people that have solved problems outside of government and outside of the money system. And if we can get more people to do that, I think we can shift this country forward.
What's okay in Amagoysen Chiefs or Atola
I'll tell him a van. Mela told you van.
I need you were talking about good you must buy into a system. Labe warm season. Utenda makala defy nigga Amagoysen Chiefs amaven. The reason why I jump in, sometimes guys we romanticize certain things. If there's no ROI, you see when we see, because I used to work for an NGO, and I honestly didn't understand an NGO. I literally thought.
Do you want to give it a shout out? Or are you saying anything?
No, I don't want to give anyone a shout out. So
I got a negative. Oh,
so I really thought.
Give me a shout out, nigga.
Shout out my brother.
Can you weld the black pen?
So with NPOs, with non-profits, non-governments, in my mind, I was like, these are people that are pouring back into the community. Until I started working for one.
Yeah.
I really thought with these people that have purest of heart, you know, that start these places in order to work on society. Then you realize, Guti,
It's a business.
it's a business. It's always some
It's a
arm
profitable
of,
business.
It's an arm of some bigger agenda.
What about shy span?
So but shy span because they know Uguti what they're going to mine.
They have a vested interest.
So it goes back to return of investment, ROI. So you hear these people say, Uguti, pick a neighborhood. Ne? That's what I was saying. Pick a neighborhood. Great. I mean, I'm saying pick a neighborhood where you can benefit from.
Yes.
From
I agree with you.
investing your time, energy, and resources. So it then gives you a reason to wake up and clean up that neighborhood. You spend the whole Saturday cleaning. As long as you can benefit from something, maybe your benefit is you feel good about yourself. Maybe that's the benefit. Or it's a situation where ingane seyigcwele ngawo usuthola a big booty because of this neighborhood. Whatever, but
Fine, it doesn't have to be big. But
So when I fix a neighborhood because of
I'm saying, Wuti, when people
It's a great incentive.
when people reach out to you asking for business incentive or business advice, they also need you to benefit. Like they need to ask themselves, Wuti, what is Slim's benefit from asking me?
For sure.
Because if there's a real benefit, it's going to speak to how quickly you respond to them. But if it's just you now, you busy doing this, you have to take time out of your day and think about, they've sent you 5 paragraphs and then that's taken so much energy, so much resource from you for their own selfish things. There's no fucking way I'm going to waste my Saturday, Alexi, dodging rats, picking up shit for nothing. There's no chance.
I don't even read those DMs. The long ones.
There's nothing because people are like trying to just milk me for their intention. So I'm saying, Guti, when you think about your Oranias and your Ds and the NGOs and NPOs, understand, Guti, those things have a ROI-driven agenda.
Gotcha.
And now when you're go back into society or to build this to help your family, say, what is my benefit? Because that's going to be the reason why you stay consistent and you're motivated to actually achieve this. But if you're going there because I just want to...
What is your why?
What's your why? Eric
Thomas, the preacher, hip-hop preacher. Are we shutting it down?
Yeah, we can shut it down.
I can shut it down?
yes, sir.
Let me go through the list.
There's actually one thing I wanted to say, but we'll chat about it next time.
I doubt it's one thing.
You did that thing about you just when we were speaking earlier, you said
I'm telling you, it's like psychology, but in reverse.
hit, man. What is it about?
What's the list?
Okay, my tweet. It's literally been an hour since I posted. 4,618 views. Who are your top 5 choices for president of South Africa? Please go wild. If you think a celebrity, pastor, business person, sports star, etc. would be dope, please list them. Don't limit yourself to politics.
Julius is number 1 there.
Vuyelo Mdlalose says Johan Rupert.
Yeah.
Utuli says Naledi Pando. Big Stepper gives us a long list. Julius Malema, Trevor Noah, Rikhotso Fetse, Chikane. Is that Frank?
Who's that?
For Frank Chikan. That's the name sounds very familiar. That's,
Maybe. Floyd Shibambu, Sizwe Dlomo.
Floyd can't look after his weight. He must look after the country. The fuck?
Are you fat phobic?
Umuntu can't just can't put down a spoon. Now I'm thinking that he must fucking know. Mina ngilidwe isidudla. Hayi ngeke.
Honorable mentions. Sizwe Mpofu Walsh. Pen you well, the black pen.
Sizwe Mpofu Walsh is going to do on president free zones.
Nasiphi Moya, who's doing brilliantly in Swahili.
Ufanele phela Mlotshwa yes washa.
Zimasambabaza,
Kunomlotshwa lapho. Kunomlotshwa lapho mfana.
Yeah.
JJ
Phela
Tabane,
mina deputy president phela my president.
JJ Tabane, Clement Manyathela, Brandon Oret, I don't know who that is, I'm going to look them up. Uzolambata that we had here, Dingan Kumalo, I don't know who that is, I'll look them up as well. Goldman Sachs says Dutuzane, but with laughing emojis. Prudence Molaba says Vusi Tembekwayo. In him I trust. Can I list him 5 times? Wesley says Dr. Rassi Erasmus. Led the Springboks to 2 World Cups and transforming rugby. Knows how to deal with conflict and manage transition. And then they added Patrice Motsepe, Johan Rupert, Vusi Tembekwayo. I'm not sure what this means. And then Dr. Ndlozi. Oh, Vusi that speaks bougie. is what they were saying. Uzandile says Bishop Musa Sono. He's built a great church network. FCJ, former Chief Justice Mkhweng. Groenewald.
Ghana, he was called
Is
by
Groenewald
God
the
that
leader
he's going to be the
Front?
president. Kira said God told
He's
him.
told by God that he'll be president.
Groenewald is it Peter
I
Groenewald?
think it's Peter Groenewald of the Freedom Front Plus. Garinel, Herman Mashaba. Senzo Kama says Cyril Ramaphosa, Patrice Motsepe, Naledi Pando, Panyaza Lesufi, Senzo Kama. Or Senzo Kama is himself. Okay, this person doesn't give names. I'm skipping. Nango munye ufana no Penson, which I've not. I choose myself.
Isinja madoda.
Bantu abazaziyo. Bantu abazaziyo. Ukhenye indoda phezu kwakho. Akhenye indoda. Ujoni kwazi ukudoda more than wena umdoda. Uyindoda mina ngikhethe indoda ukuthi songilawula. Ngiphathe ngiyindoda. Ngikhethe yona ukuthi ngiphathe mina. Hayi, ngakwenza kanjani ukuthi ukuphatha indoda ukhethe uyakhetha.
Yeah.
Tell the situation yakufoster.
Sure.
Yeah, mangiforced when mhlawumbe ngidlala ibhola ngiforced ukuthi khona icaptain isikhethiwe ngiforced.
Yeah.
But mangathiwa ngikhethe ethimini ukuthi bani ufuna icaptain. Meanings by captain. Emsebenzini kuthiwa khetha bani ufuna boss. Yimi ngiyayikhetha.
Uthi umtho Ngcobo, Mkhweng, Prof Bakeng, Hlaudi, Umkhwanazi, and then he closes off with my side chick.
Wait, no man. How?
Yeah.
There's always one.
There's always. Nomuntu ufuna ukuthi siphathwe side chick yena akakwazi ukuthi side chick promote kuba main. Le side chick failure ukuba main in that
Sure that
relationship.
I media. I can be straight.
Side chick failure ukuba main.
This guy's not
Mhlambe side chick yalo mjida mfethu imkhiphela amathenda. Uyazi ukuthi if she ever became president,
Yeah.
uzodla kamnandi.
Udla kamnandi vele.
Why is he with the main? Ufuna ku main.
Side chick akwazi kuba president
Uzochaza
yena.
yena.
Aha.
Anyways, Bentley is not pennies, says you.
Awuzinja madoda. Umlotshwa.
VT.
Yeah.
They say Siyakolisi, and in brackets, interesting, I know.
Yeah.
Sizwe Dlomo, Mac G, and in brackets, Sol Penduga as vice president.
Labazi bekhuluma ngalabo sisibethu ukuthi banuki.
That's a 2.5 million rand case, bro. You can't just throw these things, bro. People's jobs are on the line.
You don't have money. You don't have to pay.
Mina nginamali ukuthi bakhuluma ngosisibethu.
You'll say that until people actually test you. Anyways,
Yeah, let's go on.
Anati
Vele bathi bekhuluma ngosisibethu. Vele bakhuluma ngosisibethu. Sizinjani?
Anati Chafter says Rob Hersoff, Sizwe Dlomo, Penny Wild the Black Pen,
Awuzinja madoda.
Zwelakhe Mthembu.
Bani uzela kimthembu.
He's one of the leaders in Umkhonto weSizwe. We had him here.
Okay.
I think it's him. Yeah, Uzwelakhe, because I remember telling him that he's got my father's name. Prince Zwelakhe, I think Umthethwa.
Okay,
Not Umthembu.
Sharp.
Unless they're speaking about someone else.
Oh, yes.
DJ Waras.
Nice.
Wandile Masina says Julius Malema if we're serious about land.
Awu.
Black-
Wena bakhuluma uphukuphuku yazi nje.
Black Saint says Mfundo Bongela. One day this country will be lucky to have as the president.
Ubani umfundo ubongela?
What a lady posted this. I hope Mfundo's not her boyfriend or husband. But I'll go look them up.
Don't post this out, Joe.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Umtholo Ngcobo.
Oh, akumthoko Ngcobo. Befake lana.
Nat Aubrey says Mkhweng, the Shembe leader, the ZCC leader.
Nice.
Aubrey says myself. and Herman Mashaba.
Lo muntu nje wethi Shembe leader akazi ngisho ukuthi uba.
He's just happy with how Shembe is organized.
Yena nje
That's
ufuna
good
nje
enough.
uba. Oh hayi.
Yeah, as long as ngibona kuShembe ukuthi no ngathi baya phambili, whoever baphethe.
Kana Shembe nali split ne?
Yes.
Shembe ikwazi
Along with
ukumanager
ZCC as well.
into
No,
zabo.
for sure. No, this I know very well.
Tabiso Sapi says Mpota Gada of Action SA. No, definitely not Action SA. It's Arise SA.
Arise.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay, definitely
Yeah,
mistaken.
what must then we give these people the power to vote.
How?
Uthi uvotela inyongo, akazi votela. Uyitshela ukuthi uvotele wrong. Uyitshela ukuthi ngapi action over right. Inyongo, lo muntu ufayiphuca ivote la. Akazi ukuthi i-president la athi izoba i-president ikuphi political party. So yena makuthiwa votela i-political party, uzovotela i-political party wrong.
Hey, there was a political party that once got seats one of the years, and it was because their abbreviation was very close to ANC. They were there at the top, and when they did the poll, bash would say, "Sagecha." Kwenye party bizwa nge EEF. If you ever check the ballot, nabo bashaka ama-colors are red. Yabo nje uma
I-corruption.
on the day to shine good to like, hey,
I-corruption.
now money, mother.
Have a bigger problem.
As i-corruption.
Problem.
EEF is the name of the
Oh,
party.
disgusting.
Moyofius says Patrice Motsepe, Panyaza Lesufi, Jordan Hill Lewis, the mayor of Cape Town. Adrian Court Discovery was one of the guys I actually thought of. It's just outside of Discovery,
A capitalist.
interesting. He adds Sizwe Ngasana as well.
Nice.
One of my guys. Sen says, I think God Penwell would be perfect.
Izinja. Ho.
TS, Helen Ziller, Ronaldo Gous, John Steenhuisen, Gaten McKenzie,
Is that a DA
Tony
member?
Leon.
Is that a DA? That's a DA member.
This is the profile picture's got a black gent and the handle is @Ndau.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yamazi lo mjida lo okule
Excel
movie le.
love.
This is so interesting, bro. Your guy is coming up.
That's the movie le in Jamie Foxx nale yama slaves.
Django.
Lo mjida lo Samuel L. Jackson. Uqale uHelen Zille, bathi Ronaldo host. Zvuma ya Ronaldo host esiphathe umuntu osibiza ngeimfene nezinkazi. Vuma umuntu esiphathe. Lona ubani uyisellout wasiqale ngabo la kubabopha la. Imvumo yabona if I was president for a day, ngaqoka imvumo ngiqale ngayo ngimtinyele ngenduku.
Marco_egoli, Rasi, Mteto Nyati,
Yeah.
Gigi Alcock, Vusi Tembekwayo, and a person called Gerald Garner. I'm going to go look that person up.
Wangakupho Gerald Garner miyeke.
Malloy says Vusi Tembekwayo for sure, nobody else. Alex Bafu, okay, says, dude, just run for president, that's me. Hope is power goes for Leon Schuster.
We've seen the pattern. We've seen the pattern again.
Uthi Leon Schuster.
We've seen the pattern.
What's the person?
VT, Penzo,
No, not
Russia
me per
Rasmus.
se. But look,
No,
it's
I'm
my,
just saying.
it's my account.
I'm saying
so
the
I
people are
discount
reading.
myself.
Okay, yeah. But
Patrice
Russia Rasmus
definitely
and
came up.
But do you
VT.
see what I was
Patrice.
talking about when I said our idea in the table of Vusi Tembekwayo compared to
VT.
how other people? It's not the same.
But I told you that too.
There's more VT than Julas. Eh? I don't know if you guys have realized.
yeah.
But it's also my followers. So we must take
Okay,
a little
cool.
picture of
Guys, you
something.
must also understand we live in a space where it's a popular vote. People would vote for Trevor Noah to run ABSA.
No, but it's not in that list.
He's come up twice.
No, once.
Once or
Ah,
twice.
once.
Man,
But I'm just saying,
So-
it's a good scene.
But the
to
fact
where
that
certain
those-
people are.
Yeah, it means those people are thinking, yes, honestly.
Man K, Vusi Tembekwayo, Penson Mlotshwa, Mthunzi Mtwaba. I'm not sure who that is. I'm going to look them up. And then
Ishiraki.
Julius Malema.
Ichirag.
Umthunzi. Lona uti only Penwell. BLTN.
Yes, says, how do you fuck up the spelling of your name when they tag
That's
you?
not important. Spelling is not important. Back to a Panwell.
Yabona?
Panwell. Panwell. Abe leader, yeah.
Ufaka u-A,
Panwell.
That's you know ukuthi yabona lo fayiphuca ivote.
Mkhalime.
Baba umuntu uyatheka igama libhaliwe la ukuthi Penwell no E.
Uthi uFanwell.
Yena mase ispela ufaka
I want Fanwell.
aziyempela ukuthi abantu nje sebaphuca amavote. No.
yeah.
Khalimeng Seloa Romeo says Juju and me as deputy.
Nice.
Joe Schmo says Elon Musk, who's actually, I don't think that's a South African citizen currently. I think this is short for Vavenda. God Penwell. Letwaba Hendrik says Sizwe Mpofu. Njabulo Khatebe says Herman Mashaba.
Yeah.
Mabelane says me, well, themselves. Roy South only says Mkwanazi. African Dot says Musi Maimani.
Zwana.
Mamotupi.
Wait, it's crazy how Mkwana is the first time he comes up.
I don't think so.
It's the second time it comes up.
I don't think it's the first time.
It's the second time it comes up.
And the fact that it's not the most popular says something about this thing of, you know.
Remember, it's my
saying
Twitter
it's-
feed. It's a few people.
Yeah,
So
fair.
Mama
That's
buza Chris
fair, that's
Excel ukuthi bhale the same tweet.
That's what Mkwana's.
that's what Chris Excel.
Bazothi Chris Excel abanye
Bazothi Mocha Love.
Abanye bazothi
yabona so
Okay, sure.
depends ukuthi
Mamotupi says gives 7 people. Mukhweng, okay, they also give a portfolio. Mukhweng as president, Nasipi Moya as Minister of Home Affairs, Herman Mashaba as Minister of Police, Robert Marawa as Minister of Sports, Karabo Kakao of the DA, Minister of Higher Education, Peter Groenewald Correctional Services is already there, Moiseni Ndlozi, Durko, Batu Bantu, 3 options, Mukhweng, Advocate Skakane, and then themselves. Sir Gavin tagged the people that they believe in. Nasipi Moya, Michael Beaumont, who I think is the leader of Action SA, Pumzile van Dam, I don't think she's in politics currently, but she used to be with the DA, Musi Maimani and Songezo Zibi. Mamkricha, I think, tags Julius Malema. Let's see if there's any names here. Nope. Mutlalefi, Ramabele. Julius Malema. Ramabele, yeah. Ubanjwa Mabele. Eh? Julius Malema, the CIC advocates Skakane, because I trust his analyses.
Yeah.
Penuel, the non-shallow thinker.
Essential.
Vusi Tembewayo, businessman. Dr. Groenewald, Minister of Correctional Services. Hey, Groenewald is clearly winning some hearts, eh? Because the things he's been saying
The things he said are crazy.
that the prisoners should be working,
Yeah.
that some people should be catching a hiding and going home. That's okay.
khona nje ingane nje idinga ukuthi sishaye khulu.
Induku nje and go home.
Yeah, that's it.
Zilale for a week's lele. Induku sifunda umdomo. Ngoba sishawe intanga ngempela. Because at store utshontshe lunch bar.
Manje seniyambopha.
Manje siyambona
Criminal
that's stupidity, eh?
noma the tshontshe isiko. Esinax sathi ingane tshontshe iskipa yabona iskipa sekuzositshontsha usifake andeni. Lo muntu ufaka umthele ngenduku.
Or half of a text and shit.
Yeah?
How?
Half of
Text. Jesus.
EFF Addict and Battalion gives 5 options. All 5 are Julius Sillo Malema.
Nice.
The real Dugwini. President would be Prof. William Kumete. Deputy President would be Songezo Zibi. Minister in the Presidency would be Zimasa Vabaza. Uminentle asks a
Did they say
question.
minister in the presidency?
Yes.
I am a people want my portfolio. I don't mix it. What's a minister in the presidency? That's the dumbest thing, man. But anyway.
Uminentle asks Rock a question. Prospects of Zuma becoming a president again, which I'll assume is their option. I'm skipping this one. There's no option. Uktali Mushweshwe. Mukhweng is deeply religious but equally reasonable man and mostly has the kahunas, courage. Pilani M, number 1 Mkwanas. Number 2, SANDF, which I'm guessing is Ruzani. Then they put themselves, and then they put themselves again.
Nice.
And then Naledi Pando at number 5. Ibrahim goes Mkwanazi or Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman.
Hectic.
Mbozulu goes with Ngizwe Mkunu or Ubab Dokotela.
yezwa ke nje umsangano. Sesiphethe.
Lonabo Lloyd goes with Jacob Zuma, Andile Mngitama, Nota, BP, maybe it's Black Pen, and Ace Makashule.
Hey, country I'm face, a country.
Tabo goes with Sizwe Dlomo. Mr. Chauke goes with himself. Nighthawk goes with Olim Feka. Boston goes with Helen
I
Ziller.
want to love for tag and Jim Miller. Really lat.
Sengathi singaba yabona i-learners yabona i-learners before yenza i-drivers. Sengathi singaba khona i-test of some sort. Sikutest ukuthi uyazi ukuthi uyowenzani. Uyabona? Siqale sikutest boy into ebasic. Sikutest because ngempela khona abantu abazilima ngempela abayovota. Bavotela umsangano and ba serious mavota umsangano. Khona abantu ekumele sibatest eqala kube khona national.
You know what you're doing.
Yabo qale kube khona i-education part hambe uyofunda basic funda masiqeda ukufunda mase ubhala i-test mase usuthola i-passport ukuthi uyakwazi ukuyovota Because it's nonsense. That's why there's no the vote in this country. You can't tell me it's something that is serious. You cannot tell me that anyone takes this thing seriously. You can't, bro. You can't. You really can't.
Let me finish a few more options. Boston goes with Helen Ziller, Musi Maimani, Herman Mashaba. Mutu goes with Rupert. Tumiso Ephraim Taposa goes with Julius Malema. And then Lumkile Ngam goes with Johan Rupert. Yeah, we can stop there. I'm not going to read more because I'm sure it's going to load. But I think this is a lacquer exercise.
For sure.
That if you forget politics and everything, who would you want you to lead? And yes, there are the Vusi Tembewayo people.
It's an exercise in just realizing it's a popularity thing, because people will speak about Vusi Tembewayo from a business point as if they actually know him from a business point. You know, so it's just a person who's articulate, is selling their brand. Then you buy into a brand. You're not buying into the actual meat and potatoes of what they do on a day-to-day. You're buying into what you think. You know, like when you see a chick who's sexy and twerking, you assume they're good in bed. It's an assumption, but it doesn't necessarily translate. That's what they're good at.
Fair.
You know, and I think a lot of our stuff is popularity, where we vote based on assumption. Yeah. So a person who can articulate themselves, come across as confident, come across as smart, we vote them into a job. Meanwhile, we need someone who can do, not someone who says they can do. And our politicians are generally people that talk the talk. And every time we don't know people from a political point who can actually do. That's the problem.
Everyone we raised was mentioned, eh? Everyone we mentioned was raised, except maybe Irvin Khoza. The fact that people added Sizwe Nxasana and Mteto Nyati is quite impressive for me.
People are using the medulla.
Okay. I've got nothing more to add, Bafethu.
I know. Astushin Machit. Astushin.
Slim, you happy?
Very.
Okay.
What is it that you are facing that makes you say
we need that 700 million? I think we just shut down the whole fucking national dialogue. Send us to the president with an invoice and be like, hey, we did it.
700 million.
How did
what is it that you're saying it's tough for you? Firstly, did you grow up in a business environment?
No.
Okay. So you're in new territory.
Very.
And what's making it hard? Is it funding? Like what is it that's making it hard?
Not funding, but separating the business ethics from the moral upbringing.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? And I don't think there's no ways I'm the first person to go through that.
Sure.
What do you mean by that?
For example, in business, there is no you don't care about emotions. Well, you do, but emotions are not a priority. Feelings are not a priority.
I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I don't understand when you say feelings are not a priority.
In making a decision, it's like if someone is not good at what they do, it doesn't matter how much you like them. You're not good at what they do. They gotta go. Do you know what I mean? That's just like business. Whereas morality, as you taught by, if someone is not good at what they do, you help them, you assist with you to a point where you will
to the detriment of your business.
Exactly.
Because I think business is all about emotion. We made an example of Mark Zuckerberg in that little clip where a lady said something and he left and said we need to expand.
No, but I get what you're saying.
But that's a talk from a look at the examples that I used.
Yeah.
So to say, for example, if you in business, if someone is not helping the business grow, they are a liability. You cut them off.
The moral code
and upbringing says you don't cut someone off.
So in your personal life, if someone is a liability, you don't cut them off.
You give them lots of chances.
No, I'm just talking about in your personal life. In your personal life, if corner a person who is a snake, as an example, in your personal life, you don't cut them off.
My upbringing has taught me to not to
try and help them and fix them.
Try and help them
to fix snakes.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'll give an example. A boy of yours is macking on your chick behind your back.
Mm.
You are raised in a space where you have a conversation, you guys fix that relationship.
That's extreme though. But
No,
I get what
I'm
he's saying.
saying,
Though.
for example, in business, in sales, my teammate is busy doing some dodgy dealings where they're trying to make money at the business expense.
For sure.
That's how I'm looking at it. Ukuthi, angithi umchita wami ungincela igazi via my girl, that person ungincela igazi via my. So give me, it's the same principle. Ufuna ngidliwe. Your behavior is making me want to lose, whether it's personal, whether it's business. Is it not a situation where you need to, from my little experience, whatever doesn't align with Penson falls away and dies. And I think whenever people try to run a family in separate from who they are, it's only a matter of time then till they fail. When you're running a podcast or a soccer team and it's not aligned with who you are, it's only a matter of time until it fails.
But let me ask this. Remember what I said, right? Is to say that as a black man, as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of stuff that you kind of like tussle with. You're not, is the common black person trying to be an entrepreneur, are they taught that if it doesn't feed the goal forward, you cut it? Maybe that's you. I'm not saying that it's not right. I'm saying that's your upbringing. That's not a common upbringing. You know what I mean? Common upbringing is you taught Ubuntu. Common upbringing.
Hey, that's your name,
You know
by
what I'm
the way.
saying? Yeah, that's common.
Shout out to your name, dog.
That's common upbringing. You know what I mean?
So we can say that, but I think it's bullshit in how we live our lives, because I see guys at the club all the time trying to take each other's chicks, guys by Kwazana, guys are trying to snake each other in real life. So we can talk about what Okoko said, but that's not how we live our lives.
But
Guys are always trying to...
sometimes I get it, man. Like you hired umchita wako, you know.
I hear you, and I'm not even fighting you. The same way that when we're trying to go get chicks, you bring your boy. Until you realize, if I'm really trying to get chicks, Kolumchi Pendugano that stays 2 streets away, we've got nothing in common. But I know when it comes to getting baddies, he can get baddies for me. So it gets to a point where we learn that through the journey of life. When it comes to, if I want to play a soccer team, Epagi, as kids, I know that guy's not my best friend, but I pick him first, and then later I'll pick my best friend like dirt down the line. So I'm saying, sometimes we misalign, and then we want to look for different excuses. And I think you had said something initially when you spoke about identity. And I think it has to, first you look at your identity and how you can align certain things with your identity so that you don't have to fight yourself.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Are you, Curious One was being interviewed by Nick Cannon. I don't know when this episode went out. But one of the things they touched on was...
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
One of the things they touched on was the having to feed your family and truth. And Nick Cannon was saying, sometimes you have to sacrifice your truth to feed your family.
Yeah.
I guess question from me to you is, are you willing to lose who you are in the pursuit of business success? What becomes more important for you? And you don't have to answer it now, but it's more of just it is a question that people who weren't raised in business, at least in cutthroat business, it's one of the things they always have to wrestle for a really long time. And at some point, something has to die. It's either your business won't really...
I agree. I agree.
Are you willing to lose who you are as a human being for business success, which is now choosing feeding your family, making money over taking care of family?
I think that another great add-on is how big do you want the business? Because that speaks to the level of sacrifice. It's like, if you want to become a squatter, it's cool. There's so many things you need to sacrifice. Now you go to the gym 3 times a day, as an example. So how big does the business need to get? Because again, that'll speak to investment of time. And if you wanted to only get to a level where you are making profit of, let's say, 2,000 Rand a month, then you realize, actually, I don't have to sacrifice my friends. My friends can run it. They're still flop. I don't have to sacrifice this. I have to, because my goal is 2,000 Rand. But if your goal is to make a profit of 1 million, then you're like, shit, I need to sacrifice everything. A month, type of thing. So I think with it also, bless you, based on how big you'd like it or what you've defined as success for you, you start realizing where you need to sacrifice.
Okay.
You're not answering. It's something to think about.
Yeah, definitely something to think about.
I'm still struggling, by the way.
especially on the how much of yourself you need to, in order for this business to grow, there's more and more of yourself that you
Need to lose.
yeah.
That's hard, eh?
Very, bro, very. And the a lot of people are like, from what I've watched a lot of, the constant thing is you have to be okay with being hated or misunderstood, or you know what I mean? I hear that a lot, I see that a lot. But like I said, for me, it's the survivor's guilt part that's also, it's like, fuck, man, most of the time we build things so that we can all eat.
100%.
So it's very hard to leave someone behind, because then you know, if I leave, this person is not going to eat.
And the communities we
Do you
look
know
up
what I'm
to,
saying?
the-
Yeah,
the Jewish and the
if you
Muslim, they
leave-
don't eat alone.
Yeah,
by
if
the
you
way.
walk away, this person is not going to eat, which is why that the I hear Penson in terms of like, bro, cut and walk and don't look back. I'm
not saying that. I'm saying what's in your life. I've watched your, like, for example, your gym journey. You're not dragging everybody there. You go to the gym, whether at 7:00 in the morning, you go to the gym with
Because his routine doesn't need other people.
So I'm saying I'm trying
Whereas
to
the business
I'm
needs
trying-
other
I'm,
people.
I'm trying to understand the personal versus the business. Né? So I'm saying, Wuti, in his journey, there's many things that have needed other people, but he's found people that he's going to walk with. Tomorrow we're training at 7:00 in the morning. He's found people on his journey that are willing to walk with him. And those that aren't, he keeps it moving. And I'm saying, you can do this in your personal life. Surely it should translate into your business.
It's not that easy.
It may not that be easy, but he was talking about all these morality things that he was doing in a personal life. And I'm saying that doesn't sound like the most virtuous person, because you've got fatties and little skinny malinkis that you've left behind while you've been on your journey here personally.
Sure.
The same can translate on this side. The principle to me stays the same. You know, so I'm saying with you, why is it that you pick and choose when to feel bad in one space and when not to feel bad in another space? You know, because here you've built this body like this, and you don't feel guilty. You're proud, sharp. And if it translates on this side, I don't feel bad that you eating noodles for the 10th time, dog. I told you that we need to wake up early. You chose not to. I cool. So like on this side, you saw me wake up and post at gym. You saw me. You did not see me. You saw me, and you're laughing. Oh, so cool. Fuck feel about find a big shy. Now I must know. Fuck you. You saw me. And you also saw me waking up and doing this. You saw me. Now you see me moving like this. Now I must be sour. I'm not dog.
Get you.
One of my most watched interviews was with Justice Shabalala on Justify. And he was asking me about business and the like. And one of the things I said on that platform, because I've had business failure, was you need to decide what it is you're running. Are you running a business or are you running a non-profit?
Yes, bro.
If you put money first, you're running a business. If you put people first, you're running a non-profit. Yes, it doesn't have to be black and white. It can be gray.
sure.
You could say, look, in my business, I take 10% and I'm willing to carry dead weight and people who are annoying, but I've got a budget for it. And that becomes like my CSI arm. So that to cater for the survivor's guilt. But every person needs to ask themselves, I think that as an entrepreneur, to ask, are you running a business or a non-profit? And almost everyone's running a non-profit, to be honest.
Very true.
Ushwiro used to say, was it Ushwiro? I don't know if it was Ushwiro in our business and politics group, but it was this thing of many people have become beggars, but pretending to be entrepreneurs. Once you start saying, guys, please support me because I'm black, please, you're not selling anything that I need. You're actually begging me for money,
And you're guilting me at times.
but
as
you're
well.
hiding behind a product or a service. I don't need what you're selling. You just want money from me, and it's a woman run. It's a no. And that's why a lot of them aren't sustainable. I don't understand why my business failed. It's because you were selling that you're struggling and you're female and you're black. People can only buy that for so long.
I can only buy your pop t-shirts for so long, bro.
Yeah. So just
Just
decide.
Newcastle's finest is keeper. Imagine I'm selling you a Newcastle's finest is keeper. How many of those t-shirts will you support me, bro? You know, you might, because you feel bad for me. You might get one that you wear that one time. But after a while, there's only so many Newcastle finest t-shirts you wear. You know, like you look at that and you're like, sometimes we know how to sell Nyol, say. We really do. And there's no real benefit for whoever we're selling to.
Sure.
Just our own selfish 8 mangathola 200 rand. Anyway, let's wrap it, guys. Let's wrap it. Ting Ham.
Yeah.
Go home. It is what it is, ain't what it was, man.
Thank you, Sizwe Dube. Sizwe Dube for president.
Yeah, azange wafaka usizo Dube lapho mfethu.
Bekhona uSizwe. uSizwe yena bekhona. Dube, I'm not sure, but uSizwe bekhona. Desmond Dube.
Oh, Desmond Dube.
Lillian Dube.
When Leon Schuster lapho.